A college football Saturday in Flagstaff, Arizona, inside of the Walkup Skydome and above Findlay Toyota Field. Welcome everyone to the next to the last, the penultimate game of the regular season in FCS and Big Sky Conference football in Flagstaff. The Northern Arizona University Lumberjacks taking on the Mustangs from Cal Poly. Hey again, everybody. Welcome to the broadcast booth. Mitch Stroman along with Kevin Stevens. Great to have you on board here on ESPN. It's an important game for both of these teams. Cal Poly trying to end the season strongly. NAU, it's a must-win if they want to get in the playoffs. Let's go down on the sideline. Adriana Sparks is standing by with our Desert Financial Credit Union Impact players. How you doing, Adriana?
Thanks, Mitch. I'm so excited to be joining you for what is set to be a high-stakes, high-impact game today between the Mustangs and the Lumberjacks. Now, the Mustangs are coming off of a 5-game losing skid, so they're looking to disrupt NAU's playoff hopes. Now, let's take a quick look at your impact players of the game, brought to you by Desert Financial Credit Union. Get the new NAU debit card today. Now, for the Lumberjacks, it's no surprise. Quarterback Ty Pennington, he needs just 202 passing yards today to join an exclusive group of NAU quarterbacks with 5,000 career passing yards. But Cal Poly linebacker Mikey D'Amato is a force to be reckoned with. He leads the Big Sky in tackles. He's number 3 in tackles in the entire FCS. But the Mustangs also have a weapon on offense in wide receiver Michael Briscoe. Now, Briscoe is tied for second place in the Big Sky for receiving touchdowns, but NAU might have the kryptonite with cornerback Quentin Moten. He's got 4 interceptions, which has him at number 2 in the Big Sky Conference. Mitch, it's going to be an aggressive game today.
Nicely done, Adriana. Looking forward to hearing from you down on the sidelines. We are getting set, ready to go. There you see the series history, 17th all-time meeting. Cal Poly, Kevin Stevens, has only 2 wins ever against NAU, but both of those wins were right here in the Walkup Skydome over the years.
In this building.
Yes.
Yep. We've got Big Sky Conference football. You better be ready each and every time. And Cal Poly not having the year they want, but certainly capable.
NAU wearing their white helmets, blue jerseys, blue pants, with the old Leaning Louie that debuted a week ago for homecoming for NAU. It's a very old 1987 logo for Louie the Lumberjack as you see the opening kickoff go out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Cal Poly will be getting set to go on offense for the first time here this afternoon at 7,000 feet above sea level. And you're taking a look at their head coach, Paul Wolf. This man has a lot of experience over the years as a head coach in the Big Sky Conference.
And in the Pac-12.
And Washington in the Pac-12 as well. His 3rd season as head coach at Cal Poly after 3 seasons as an assistant coach. Ty Diefenbach in at quarterback. Takes that first snap. Hands it off on play number 1 of the game to Misa Paeo. And he gets right up the middle for a gain of about 5 yards from the 25 out to the 35-yard line. And we are underway in Flagstaff, Arizona, here on ESPN+. Great to have you, everybody, on board. There's the head coach of the Lumberjacks in his 2nd season in Flagstaff, Brian Wright. The 14-9 record as head coach of NAU, 51-17 record in his entire career as a head coach of college football. Play action, rollout, Diefenbach on the run. He's got some space. He's heading that first down marker. And let's see, he'll step out about 1.5 yards shy of the yard to gain to the 35-yard line. Taking a look at Ty Diefenbach, 6'6". Kevin, this guy is tall, 220 pounds, redshirt freshman out of Calabasas, California. Started as a walk-on quarterback at Pitt.
Yeah, certainly he stands out physically at 6'6". Shouldn't have a difficult time seeing downfield.
Oh, man, 6 feet, 6 inches tall as a quarterback. Tyree Washington in at running back. Going from right to left. Cal Poly wearing their green helmets, white jerseys, and green pants. It's 3rd down and about 1.5 yards. Diefenbach keeps it, rolls right, that gets cut off, and he's going down. I see a lot of Lumberjack blue shirts.
Yeah, tackle for loss. Going to have lost 1.5 yards, maybe 2. And that makes it a tougher decision for Paul Wolf, Brandon Wong in there, who you interviewed in pregame, and they are going to force a 3-and-out. Cal Poly is going to punt the football after a nice play on defense for the Lumberjacks.
Jesse Ehrlich on the punt the football away. Dropping back deep. Honorable mention, all Big Sky Conference a season ago as a special teams performer Isaiah Eastman is in. Left-footed kick. End over end. Eastman races over to the far sideline and around the 22-23 yard line. Then he is smothered and taken down on that far sideline after a short and effective punt return. So the Lumberjacks will be going from left to right on their first offensive possession after the defense, under their defensive coordinator Adam Clark, forces a 3-and-out.
Remember, Cal Poly won the toss, elected to receive the ball, and then you get the quick 3-and-out. That's a win for the Lumberjacks.
Here comes Ty Pennington and company. Ty Pennington needs 202 yards, as you heard Adriana Sparks mention on the sideline, to reach the 5,000 career passing yard mark, and to be the 9th player in NAU history to do that. Going empty set, 3 on the low side, 2 up high. Back to pass, out of the gun, over the middle, open. Jeter Purdy, tight end. First down, NAU. Explosive play. He'll be tackled in Cal Poly territory at the 39-yard line.
Well, quick hitter. I don't think Purdy got a catch until the second half a week ago. They got him involved play 1 here. A big play downfield across the 40-yard line.
Seth Cromwell in at running back. Sets up off the left shoulder of quarterback Ty Pennington in the shotgun, 1st and 10 at the 39. Snap, back to pass. Pennington. Pocket, breaks down a little bit, throws it, caught over the middle. That's Isaiah Eastman between the hashes. A second big play to start this game to the 20-yard line. First down, NAU, they're in the red zone.
NAU going to go with tempo. Ty Pennington there, setting up in the pocket. Little pressure. Didn't quite have everything he wanted onto it, but enough to get it to Isaiah Eastman.
Well, they've advanced the ball all the way to the Mustang 20-yard line in 2 plays. And they set up with 2 wides down low, 2 wides up top. Seth Cromwell off the left shoulder of Pennington in the shotgun, 1st and 10 at the 20, at the red zone. Pennington brings his man in motion. Hayden Doherty gives it. There's the bounce move, but it's not going to bounce except into the waiting arms of Jeremiah Bernard on the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss of about a half yard on the give to Seth Cromwell.
Well, that's a nice tackle by Bernard. We've seen Cromwell make a lot of people miss or avoid, or rather not go down on first contact, and that time Bernard brought him down.
A loss of about a half a yard. Just underway in Flagstaff, Arizona, the penultimate game of the season in FCS football. 2 weeks to go, including this one. Before we start playing off playoff games for the FCS. Doherty sets up a tight end over on the left side of the line. Shotgun, Pennington. Gives it Cromwell. Cromwell slashes his way left, gets inside the 15, and he'll be tackled at around the 14-yard line, and that's a good gain for Cromwell. Cromwell, he's on the verge of some big numbers. That guy, he had 132 yards rushing, 3 touchdown rushing last week.
And he was one of, 4 running backs who had touchdowns a week ago? 5.
5 rushing touchdowns in NAU's win a week ago in this building on Findlay Toyota Field against the Northern Colorado Bears. 3rd and 4 for the Lumberjacks at the 14-yard line of Cal Poly. Colby Katzis sets up in motion a little bit. Now he comes in motion to the near side. Shotgun, Pennington. Give Cromwell, again running left. Pyle pushes forward. He's right at the first down marker, but he'll be marked a bit shy.
Yeah, but not much. Maybe a foot. I know you're not supposed to say that in football, but just inside a yard, and I think you're going to see NAU go for it like we've seen so many times in the last year and a half under head coach Brian Wright.
4th down and maybe a yard, roughly a yard at the 11. No field goal unit. They're going for it. 4th and 1 at the 11 of Cal Poly. Pistol formation now. Give Cromwell. He's got the first down. He gets tripped up, but not before he made that line to gain. That's a big 4th down play. Gutsy brought in an extra couple of big guys in there to help block the way for him. And we've got a Cal Poly player that's down on the turf, Kevin. Our spotter today, Joe Tini Gray, he's got the he's got the binoculars out. We will take a timeout at the 9:31 mark, first quarter, scoreless in Flagstaff. Big Sky football on ESPN+. Everybody, keys to the game brought to you by Jeremiah Johnson Brewing Company. Do well. You saw the keys. Hey, can we back that up and bring up the NAU keys one more time here? Let's start with those real quickly. As you see the Cal Poly keys, strike early and often on NAU, be the spoiler. But those, there we go. Be aggressive, NAU. Be explosive. They have been so far. And focus on the here and now. In other words, coach speak. 1-0 today. Win this game. Then go next week. Go 1-0. Then you're in the hunt for a postseason play. Got to win this one first, though. There you see the keys to the game. Presented by Jeremiah Johnson Brewing Company. Do well. First down and goal at the 7-yard line. Ty Pennington in the shotgun has running back Seth Cromwell setting up off the left shoulder. Tight end Hayden Doherty sets up also on the left side of the line. Here's the snap. Give Cromwell following his blocker on the right side of the line. Wanted to get some space. Ethan Kramer was the blocker in front of him, but good defense by Cal Poly, limiting Cromwell to maybe a yard or two on the carry.
Yeah, got it down just inside the 6. Some good blocking, some good tackling down there.
Thomas Buddha, by the way, was the injured Cal Poly player, but he was able to get off the field under his own power before the timeout. Second and goal from about the 6-yard line. Again, Cromwell in the backfield off the right shoulder of quarterback Pennington. In motion. Isaiah Eastman out to the far side. Here's the snap to Pennington. Looking over the middle, now looking left. Goes into the back corner of the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown! Lumberjacks. Colby Katsis with the catch in the back corner of the end zone. Another touchdown reception for that young man.
Well, a beautifully timed and executed pass from two guys who are having great seasons. Ty Pennington knew where he wanted to go the entire time. Out to the senior Katsis, who just enough distance from the defender to make the catch and put up the first score of the game.
Katsis, the senior, his 7th touchdown reception of the season. And for Ty Pennington, his 14th touchdown pass. Extra point, Sam Hunsicker splits the uprights. 7-0 NAU, they score in their first possession. Timeout on the field here in Flagstaff on ESPN+.
Welcome back to ESPN Plus. Now, just before kickoff earlier today, NAU honored 28 seniors, including linebacker Trey Brown, who you just saw there. They may be bidding the Skydome farewell this evening. It's going to be a challenging offseason for head coach Brian Wright, who has really built a tight-knit, player-led locker room around many of these senior leaders. Mitch.
All right, Adriana, we had a little bit of audio difficulty with Adriana down on the sideline, so we apologize for that. But you saw the 28. It's 28, the number of seniors that are being honored by this Lumberjack football team here on Senior Day in Flagstaff.
How about Adriana's opening, huh?
On point. On point. It was awesome. Here's Hunsicker. And we'll see if that will not be returned by the Mustangs. NAU scoring drive, 8 plays, 72 yards, 4 minutes and 33 seconds off the clock. 6-yard touchdown pass from Ty Pennington to Colby Katsis. Samuel Hunsicker nailed the extra point. There you see it graphically on the lower third of your screen. And NAU is leading 7-0 over Cal Poly. 8:25 mark first quarter. Second offensive possession now for the Mustangs. Going from right to left. First down and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Ty Diefenbach. Split backs on either shoulder in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looks to the near side, then looks to his right and starts running to his right. He has some real estate out there, throws it on the run, and what a pitch and catch. First down, Mustangs in the Lumberjack territory. Paul Holyfield Jr. out of Los Angeles with the reception and a big first down for the Mustangs.
Well, it's a nice athletic play. Gets kind of has to bail to the right, keeps his eyes downfield, finds an open receiver late, and a big explosive play for the Mustangs.
Spotted at the Lumberjack 48-yard line on the far hash. 1st and 10. Mustangs trailing 7-0 here in the first quarter in Flagstaff. Diefenbach sends a man in motion. Washington. There's the give right up between the tackles on the hash. It'll be a gain of about close to 3 yards on the carry. As you see Tyree Washington get up out of the pile along with the guy who helped stop him, Micah Carrion, big number 50 right there. Carry on out of Mission Viejo, California. Washington, the ball carrier, transfer from Temple, originally out of Stockton, California. In the San Joaquin Valley of the Golden State. 2nd down and 8 for the Mustangs. Gain of 2, Washington. Shotgun. Diefenbach's going to keep this one. Keep it and run right into the waiting arms of Brandon Wong of the Lumberjack defense. One of the 28 seniors out of Whitney High School in Rocklin, California, named honorable mention All Big Sky Conference last season, preseason All Big Sky.
Well, he made the right decision holding on to that football because NAU had gotten a beat on the option. Brings up third down. Remember, NAU got off the field 3 and out on the Mustangs' first offensive drive. This is the second third down play offensively for the Mustangs.
Third down and close to 6. Diefenbaugh at the Lumberjack 43-yard line. In the gun, takes that snap. Looks left, looks right. Fires left. Caught. Close to. Nope, it is a first down for Cal Poly. Nice pitch and catch again. Fidel Pitts out of Old Dominion University transfer. Look at him right there, number 6 with the reception.
Yeah, low crossing pattern here. You see him wanted to go there. Nice catch. Knew where he needed to be. Ran a pattern that got him the first down. Made the catch, moves the chains.
Mikey Beresford for NAU defensively on the tackle. 1st and 10, Mustangs trailing 7-0. Going with the full house backfield here. Here's the give. Run left, run nowhere. No gain, maybe a loss of a half a yard. That was a muscular run play, but a more muscular defensive effort by Jalen Wesley and the Lumberjacks to stop the ball carrier from getting more than about a half a yard.
Yeah, kind of loaded it up in the backfield there.
You don't see that very often, 3 running backs in the backfield.
On first down.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ended up getting about a half yard on it.
Here's a good look at Ty Diefenbaugh. Again, 2 years at Pitt, didn't play. Tyree Washington in the pistol formation. Back to pass, Diefenbaugh looking right. Lobs that one right and short hops it, trying to come back for the ball, but he couldn't come back enough, was Logan Booher.
Yeah, 2 receivers in the area. Little contact downfield. They wanted a flag, didn't come out. Ball was overthrown, the under receiver, and underthrown on the over receiver.
Our referee today in the Big Sky Conference, Kelly Holman. As the Mustangs down 7-0, 5-minute mark, first quarter in Flagstaff. Break the huddle, third down and about 9.5. Diefenbaugh in the gun, takes that snap, throws it near side, setting up a little bit of a screen play, weaving his way through traffic. Tyree Washington short of the yard to gain, but he gets down to about the 28-yard line of NAU.
Yeah, about a yard and a half, almost 2 yards, and Paul Wolf going to keep that offense out there. We're going to see the Mustangs go for it for the first time today on fourth down.
See that? The way he threw that football, Diefenbaugh, that's 6'6" height. He was able to literally throw it over the defender that was coming in on him with that.
Not anything you can really identify with.
No. Last time I saw 6 feet was in a Subway shop when I got the extra long sandwich, the Italian job. Here's Diefenbaugh. Handoff. Running left.
I think he got it.
Fourth down and about 2.5, 3 yards, and it's going to be very close.
Yeah, just got it that second effort.
Kendrick Sanders, it looks like, on the carry.
Indeed, they're moving those chains.
Gutsy call by head coach Paul Wolf, saying, no, we figure we got to keep up with this high-powered Lumberjack offense and how they can score the football. NAU averaging close to 32 points per game this season. Field goals aren't going to do it. Diefenbaugh and company come break the huddle. First down on that fourth down play at the Lumberjack 25-yard line. Kendrick Sanders in the backfield off the left shoulder of Diefenbaugh. Looking to his right, Diefenbaugh throws this one. Going to that end zone, it goes overthrown. Really the closest player to try to catch that was that guy right there, Jalen Wesley of NAU.
3 defenders in the area. I think Cal Poly, fortunate that one found the ground, quite frankly. Throw it into a lot of coverage.
Yeah, look at that. 3 blue jerseys surrounding the Mustangs' intended receiver near the goal line. Diefenbaugh tried to thread that needle, and that one was just impossible to thread. Kendrick Sanders stays in at running back. 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line. Here's a snap. The Diefenbaugh gives it to Sanders. Cuts right and then runs up between the hashes. Good run for Sanders. Gets just inside the Lumberjack 20, and he'll be tackled at around the 19.5-yard line.
Mustangs being productive on the ground. Picking up 6 yards, almost 7 on second down.
Mustangs coming into the game, K-Steve, averaging about 130 yards rushing per. That's 10th in the 12-team Big Sky Conference. But they have been pretty effective with the ground game so far in this drive. 3rd down and 4 at the 20. Extra lineman in. Here's the snap. Diefenbach dancing in the pocket now, rolling right. Throws it on the run into the end zone. Is it brought in? It is. Touchdown Mustangs. What a catch. Fidel Pitts, his 3rd touchdown reception of the season.
Mitch, when I thought that when that was thrown, I did not think the receiver was going to be able to get to it. A little bit of a wheel route. He goes up and finds that football, and looks like a good catch to me.
Oh, that was a beauty. Pitts again, the transfer out of Old Dominion. Extra point attempt. And this is Noah Cerna. Right-footed kicker. On to attempt the extra point to tie the game here late in the first quarter in Flagstaff. Cerna, a little bit of a high snap, brought down, and it is good. What a catch, what a throw. Pitts from Diefenbach ties the game at 7 in Flagstaff. NAU and Cal Poly on ESPN+. Flagstaff, everybody. A lot of, there are some connections between the coaching staffs here in Flagstaff. For example, Cal Poly's defensive coordinator, Cody Von Oppen, Kevin, you might recall at a time that young man right there was a part of the NAU coaching staff for 4 seasons under former head coach Jerome Sowers, and is now the defensive coordinator for head coach Paul Wolf at Cal Poly. We got other connections too that we'll share those with you during the course of the game here in Flagstaff. Great to have everybody on board on ESPN+. Mitch Stroman, Kevin Stevens in the broadcast booth, and Adriana Sparks on the sideline. 11-play drive, nice-looking drive for Cal Poly. 75 yards, 5 minutes and 45 seconds off the clock. A 20-yard pitch and catch from Diefenbach to Fidel Pitts as Gianluca DeMauro is going to kick off for Cal Poly, and Colby Katzis back deep. Katzis, one of the best kickoff return people in the country, and he will not be able to show those skills on that kick. That'll go into the back of the end zone and will be a touchback. Katzis leads the nation, that guy right there, in kickoff return average. 34.2 yards per KOR, including a week ago in this building against Northern Colorado, a 100-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. You get a kickoff return for a touchdown, that's going to help that average quite a bit.
Absolutely. Already a touchdown here today.
Lumberjacks come out, 1st down and 10, going from left to right. Tied 7-7, 2:40 to go in the quarter. Seth Cromwell sets up in the backfield with his quarterback, Ty Pennington. Pennington out of Sand Springs, Oklahoma, the transfer out of Pittsburgh State, Division II in Kansas. Give, Cromwell running right, trying to find a hole, gets one, finds some space, works his way upfield in between the hashes for a gain of about 7 yards out to the 37-yard line. Good look at that young man, Cromwell, who had 3 rushing touchdowns a week ago.
In between the tackles, picks up 7 yards on 1st down.
There you saw
take that.
Mason Rivera in on the tackle for the Mustangs. 2 wides down low. Colby Katz is singled up top. 2nd down and 3, NAU at the 32. Eastman in motion out to the far side. Give, Cromwell gets a block. Nice cut back to find the edge. And he's got the 1st down out to about the 38-yard line where NAU will move the sticks.
2 plays, 2 runs, and a 1st down. NAU establishing the line of scrimmage here on offense.
That cut right there, really nice cut back to the left for Cromwell. Get the edge and get the 1st down. Trips up top. 1st and 10, 39-yard line. In motion, Eastman to the near side, now backing up to the far side. Play action to Cromwell. Pennington, nice clean pocket, downfield, caught on the hash. Eastman takes a big hit in the back, hangs on to the football, and it'll be a 1st down and another explosive play for the Lumberjacks to the Cal Poly 38-yard line.
Right, nice throw and catch. Eastman up the seam, knew he was going to get hit, secured the football, took the hit, and moves the chains.
I don't know if you were watching that replay at home, folks, but running back Seth Cromwell staying in to protect his quarterback. He laid a big block to keep Pennington's pocket clean and give him the chance to find that Eastman down deep on the hash for a first down at the 39-yard line of Cal Poly. 45 seconds to go in the quarter. Play action, swinging it out. Katzis sets up a screen on this side, cuts back to the middle of the field, and then slashes his way downfield between the hashes for a gain of about 10, 11 yards and another Lumberjack first down.
Well, that's almost criminal. He sold to these guys that he was going outside and bounced it back inside. What a move. Watch this, just a quick hitter. He's going to go outside. Nope. Whoop, whoop. Back inside.
And AU huddling up, taking their time here on offense. Coming down to 10 seconds to go in the quarter. We're tied at 7. NAU about a 12.5-point favorite coming into this game. First down and 10 at the 28 of Cal Poly. Shotgun, Pennington, and they will not get the play off before the end of the first quarter. Well, the Lumberjacks got on the board their first drive, and they did so quickly with a beautiful pitch and catch to Colby Katzis. We'll take a timeout at the end of one quarter, tied at 7 on ESPN+. Back in the broadcast booth, Mitch Stroman, Kevin Stevens. We're tied at 7 after the end of the first quarter here in Flagstaff. A senior day game for NAU football, their last regular season home game of the year. Cal Poly looking to break a 5-game losing streak.
Well, they're playing pretty well so far. A tied game through 15 minutes. A little back and forth between both teams.
Great to have everybody on board. Start of the second quarter now here in Flagstaff, going right to left. Pennington takes a snap. He's going to give this ball on the snap to Colby Katzis. Breaks a tackle, reverses direction, heads back to the far side of the field, and he makes a gain of something significant out of nothing. He was trapped behind the line of scrimmage on the fly sweep and manages to get himself about 6-7 yards. Watch that. Whoop. Right there, turns around, reverses direction. He is elusive, number 11.
Looked like it might be a loser, but went around the other side, got some good blocking, and picked up good yardage.
Second down, Lumberjacks, and 4 to go at the Cal Poly 22-yard line. Here's a snap to Pennington. Gives this one a burster through the left side of the line. Seth Cromwell on the carry. First down, NAU to the 16, we'll call it, the 16-yard line of the Mustangs.
Well, it's been all Seth Cromwell through the first quarter and now into the second, a minute or so, running tough.
Lumberjacks without the services of number 3 running back, sometimes number 2, and occasionally number 1 this season, Karan Gossett. He is not available, nursing a lower leg injury this week. First down and 10 at around the 16 of Cal Poly. Play action, back to pass, Pennington, pressure coming from behind, steps up and he's got room to run, runs to his left, and then slides forward, and It takes a hit late, and that will draw a flag, and that'll be a late hit on Ty Pennington. So he slid forward, and Mason, or was that, there he is, number 20.
Well, that's Olson.
That's Kenny Olson.
Yeah, not an intentional act. It's tough when the quarterback goes late like that, but helmet to helmet, it may be a little bit more than just a late hit.
Officials discussing the issue here.
Are they picking that up?
I don't know. Hopefully we'll get an announcement of some sort here.
There is no foul on the play. The contact was legal.
That, I would love to see a replay there, and it should be replayed.
Watch, here's the slide upcoming.
I don't know.
Down.
That is a penalty. Except, yeah. Wow.
Well,
I thought that's why the quarterback's supposed to go down like that. He was clearly down.
Once they slide, it's over.
Well,
but they're going to pick that flag up and say, thank you, no. No gain. Second down and 10 at about the 16-yard line. Pennington, shotgun. Falls for that snap, runs right. I think it was supposed to be an option play.
It was an option, but Ty Pennington opted to keep it when on tape. I think he's going to wish he had pitched that out.
And the same guy who just made the play on the previous play, Olson, just made the tackle. And he removed the option from the option play on Ty Pennington. Great play by Olson in space. Kenny Olson out of Pleasanton, California. Redshirt junior. 9 games in the 2023 season, then injured. He was a decorated wide receiver in high school. Darvon Hubbard now is checked in at running back. Number 4 for NAU. He's off the right shoulder of Pennington. Trips down low. Snap Pennington. Looking, pumping. Pocket breaks down, and Pennington's going down. He'll be sacked, and that'll be a sizable loss. Cal Poly's defense stiffening up here in the red zone.
Stayed in that pocket. Poly with pressure, and Ty Pennington tried to keep it as live as long as he could not find an open receiver he wanted to go to. Take the sack, and it'll be a field goal attempt for NAU.
Mikey D'Amato in on the tackle. The leading tackler in the Big Sky Conference and number 3 in the country.
Back to that picked up flag. That's,
This will be from the near or the left hash. A 39-yard field goal attempt for Sam Hunsecker. Well within his range.
Oh.
But he misses it a little bit off the mark, and NAU comes up empty. That's a huge win for Cal Poly's defense. They hold NAU scoreless after getting into the red zone. We'll take a timeout on the field. 11:47 mark, second quarter. Tied at 7 in Flagstaff on ESPN+.
Thanks, Mitch, and welcome back to ESPN+. You heard Mitch say that earlier. One of the keys to the game for NAU was that aggressive, explosive offense, and what a better opportunity for Kobe Katzis. He's been a cornerstone of this offense all year, and the ceiling just keeps getting higher. Katzis earned his first career Big Sky Player of the Week honor on Monday. He received the top special teams award from the league after following his 100-yard touchdown returned last week against Northern Colorado, which you're looking at right now. He's already made some noise this afternoon with that touchdown reception to put the Lumberjacks up early in the first drive. That's what he does. That's all he does.
And he does it so well, as you were talking about, Adriana. Colby Katzis going from left to right. First down and 10 at the 21. Diefenbach hands that ball off.
Ooh, that's
smothered
a big hit.
After a big hit. That was, again, Misa Payal on the carry. Paeo on the carry. Bobby Nivens on the tackle for the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, nice by Nivens coming up and bringing the ball carrier down.
Paeo plays both ways, on defense and offense, by the way, out of American Samoa. Kendrick Sanders now in at running back. A lot of different horses in the stable on those running backs. Diefenbach throws that one. Popped up the air, goes incomplete. Short. Right around that 27-yard line. Garrison right there trying to make sure that it didn't get picked up by a Lumberjack defender. Watch how this.
That's a nice play.
Oh, beautiful play. You're right. That would have been Jihad Fort.
Yeah, Fort. Nice. Went ahead and went for the football. Got it. Tipped that ball up. Brings up 3rd and long for the Lumberjacks. A little bit of confusion on that defensive sideline. They got to get the right people in.
Kendrick Sanders in at running back. It's 3rd down and 8 for the Mustangs at their own 23, going from left to right. 2 wides, both up top and below. Diefenbach back to pass. Slings that one over the middle. Busted up, incomplete. Another good defensive play and pass coverage for a Lumberjack defender.
Quentin Moten.
Yep, Quentin Moten, the UNLV transfer on Logan Booher.
2 consecutive plays defensively. NAU gets a hand on the football. You see Moten here wrapping around, getting that hand in there, ball to the ground, going to force a punt.
Last time the Mustangs won a game in Flagstaff was in 2018. NAU has won 3 straight against Cal Poly. 6 of the last 7 meetings overall. Ehrlich, left-footed punter on to
they've got
launch this
one. They've got an uncovered guy over here. Ooh.
Oh, a little bit of confusion it looked like for NAU. Punt, good. Ehrlich backing up to the 25-yard line. Isaiah Eastman cutting around, has nobody there to help him out, and he got smothered at around the 31. We'll take a timeout. We are in Flagstaff, Arizona, 7,000 feet above sea level. Our score is tied. Cal Poly and NAU at 7 apiece. Second quarter on ESPN+. Finley Toyota Field, Mitch Strom and Kevin Stevens, Adriana Sparks on the sideline. We're tied at 7. NAU is about a 12.5-point favorite in this game. 10:50 mark, second quarter. Lumberjacks, if they win today, if they win today, would record back-to-back winning seasons for the first time since 2014-2015. That's how long it's been. That guy right there in his second season of NAU's head coaching job. He came in last season as a first-year head coach and won 8 games. Got NAU in the playoffs for the first time in about a decade and trying to do it again. Try to get NAU into the playoffs, get to 8 wins in the regular season. NAU with 6 wins right now. Going from right to left, back to pass. Pennington, 1st and 10, 31-yard line to the Lumberjacks. A lot of time in the pocket, checks down, and he finds Jason Raines, and he's racing down the far sideline. That's a first down for the Lumberjacks. That young man right there, the transfer out of Stanford. And a big gainer, another huge play for NAU. First down right to midfield.
Well, nice play, but a great block by Darvon Hubbard there. See the catch here, the block springs him.
How about you picking up on the block?
Yeah.
That's pretty good work on your part.
It's late in the season.
You're starting to get your stride now. Darvon Hubbard stays in the game at running back. That's what 21 years in the booth together does. You get to know the guy real well. Back to pass. Pennington, first down, throws it over the middle, and when it rains, it pours. That's back-to-back first down, pitches and catches to number 8 of the Lumberjacks, Jason Raines. First down in the Cal Poly territory to the 36-yard line.
That time in the center of the field, finding number 8, the big Stanford transfer.
When you say big, you're not kidding, dude. I mean, 6'4", 215. Kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Well, back when you were 6'4", you're now like, what, about 5'10"?
The 215 may be an issue, too.
1st and 10. NAU at the 36. Pennington gun. Give Darvon Hubbard, hesitating. Gets a block on the edge from Hayden Doherty. Spins 360, and that's very close to the first down. Let's see if they pick up the sticks, or it's going to be about a half a yard shy for Darvon Hubbard on a first down gain of 9.5.
I think this is Hubbard's first drive today. It picks up the nice block earlier, and now he does it himself with the ball in his hands. Of course, with some blockers out front.
The freshman Hayden Doherty stays in at tight end. This looks like 11 personnel package. 1 running back, 1 tight end. Doherty the tight end, Hubbard the running back. 1st and 10, that is a first down. Give Hubbard, running left, sheds 1 tackler, cuts back to his right, stays on his feet. He will not go down easily, Darvon Hubbard, the transfer out of Temple. And that'll be a gain of about 8, maybe 9 yards. And Hubbard, a little power running from him on back-to-back carries.
Yeah, some great contact balance there by Hubbard, keeping the ball moving forward. See number 4 there, 8 yards on first down on the ground. That's good football.
Out the 23-yard line, 2nd down and about 2. Make that the 18-yard line, pardon me. Trips up top, Raines singled out down low. Doherty sets up off the right side of the line. Hubbard off the right shoulder in the backfield. It's Hubbard again. First down, Lumberjacks slashing left. He gets inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. And number 4 has been busy on this drive. That's 3 consecutive carries for him. He had 2 years at Temple. Hubbard, 22 games there. We've got an injury situation here. It looks like a Lumberjack player.
Timeout on the field.
We will take a timeout on the field as an injury situation being dealt with. It's tied at 7 in Flagstaff here on ESPN+.
Welcome back to ESPN Plus. It's November. 'Tis the season. It's almost time for FCF playoffs, and the several Big Sky teams are looking to make a bid. So let's take a look at those standings. Both Montanas are sitting at the top and undefeated in the Big Sky, but the Grizz are number 1, completely undefeated, 10-0. The Aggies right behind them, UC Davis 5-1 in the conference, and the Lumberjacks are right there at number 5, tied in the conference record with both Eastern Washington and Idaho State. But the Mustangs are right below, looking to add one more Big Sky win tonight. Mitch, what do you see?
Well, a lot of potential should both Montana State and Montana win today. That would set up a regular season finale brawl of the wild matchup in Missoula between an undefeated Montana team and an undefeated Bobcat team for the Big Sky Outright Championship. That would be a week from now. Give Hubbard. Smacked hard.
There was some contact.
I mean, he was clobbered by J.T. Houston running right up between the tackles on first down and 10, but he still is going to get to the 10-yard line. That's a gain of 4 for Darvon Hubbard.
Yeah, positive yards, but watch this hit right from the side.
Boom.
Ooh.
Houston.
Up high, too.
Good tackle. J.T. Houston out of Long Beach, California. Redshirt freshman, 6'2", 230, laying the hat on Darvon Hubbard.
Literally laying the hat.
Second down and about 7 at the 10-yard line. Purdy in motion. Give Hubbard, banking right, spins 360, works his way to about the 5-yard line, and it'll be short of the first down by about a yard.
Well, Coach Wright talks about this running back group. You know, they got several of them that are very capable. Likes to go with the guy that's got the hot hand. Hubbard on this drive is running the ball very well.
Lumberjacks huddling up. We're tied at 7. 6:43 mark, second quarter in Flagstaff. Ball is spotted at Cal Poly's 5-yard line. Third down and 2. Extra lineman in. Going heavy. Pennington shotgun. Brings Purdy in motion, the tight end. He's going to follow Hubbard into the line. Is Pennington, quarterback keeper, trying to get the first down. It'll depend on the mark.
Going to be short, and I think there may have been a little confusion in the offensive backfield there. Not certain. We'll watch the replay perhaps here. It is real close, and Coach Wright going to keep that offense out there. No, Ty Pennington just decides to keep that football, and it's certainly inside of 1 yard here.
Now they're going big jumbo package on fourth down inside of a yard. Hubbard in the backfield going under center. Is Pennington. Brings a man in motion. Gives it to the motion man. And he's not going to get it. Cal Poly defensively up to the task on fourth down. Stopping the Lumberjacks at the 5-yard line. Jeremiah Bernard of Cal Poly, big defensive play, and that's a win for the Mustangs.
The official holds them up for quite a while at the line of scrimmage, and then Ty Pennington, taking a while, decides to go with the misdirection, and they stuffed it.
Bernard played 8 games last year as a true freshman. Big defensive play.
2 consecutive drives now, NAU inside scoring territory, leaving with no points.
A missed field goal, a turnover on downs, and with 5:34 to go in the first half, we're still tied at 7. And Cal Poly with Tyree Washington and Ty Diefenbach, takes a snap, play action from his own goal line, throws it over the middle, goes right through the arms of the intended receiver, Brooks Wheatley.
Quick hitter to Wheatley. Looked like a well-thrown football on time, just a ball that should have been caught that was not.
God, look how big Diefenbach is. I mean, you can see how he's so much taller than everybody.
That was like
huddle.
Me in second grade taking pictures. You know what I mean?
No, I don't.
The big kid in the back, the glasses.
Coke bottle lenses.
Yeah.
Diefenbach standing in his own goal line, 2nd and 10 at his own 5. Going to hand that one off.
Whoa.
And that's going to be stuffed on the left side of the line. No gain on the carry for that one. Oh, my goodness.
Ran into a whole lot.
Jaden Latua.
Latua there, number 31, stuffs him.
Yeah, that would be a fair description. Former Northern Colorado Bear, Latua. No gain on the play. Third down, and Cal Poly actually may have lost a half a yard. And so they come on now with 2 running backs flanking Diefenbach. Sanders in the backfield, Washington in the backfield. Here's the snap to Diefenbach. Play action, sets it up, throws it screen over on the near side of the field, and that's going to get you about 2.
Seemed like NAU defensively knew where that one was going all along. Inside screen, and they had it pretty well defended. And on Cal Poly will punt it away again here with about 4.5 left to the Lumberjacks.
That'll bring out the Australian Jesse Ehrlich out of Melbourne, Australia, the left-footed kicker. Who, by the way, if you follow Cal Poly football, last year when these two teams played in San Luis Obispo. Jesse Ehrlich pulled off a 31-yard fake punt for a first down against the Lumberjacks. There he is in the end zone. Eastman standing by at his own 45. Eastman slides to his left, fields it at the 45, cuts upfield inside the number, stays on his feet, gets well into Cal Poly territory. That's an outstanding punt return for Isaiah Eastman.
Well, it really is. Nothing sexy about it, but that ball, if it had hit the ground, may have rolled quite a ways. Picks up 10 or 12 yards on the return and gets the ball back across midfield. Excellent field position for the Lumberjacks with 3:53 left in the half and their full complement of timeouts.
7-7 the score. Lumberjacks came into the game with a 3-3 Big Sky Conference record. They've won 2 of their last 3 games. The only loss over the last 3, an overtime heartbreaker to the Idaho Vandals here in Flagstaff. Cal Poly 1-5 in conference play. They have lost 5 straight games after beating Sac State to open up the conference season. Seth Cromwell in the backfield. Play action to Seth Cromwell. Back to pass Pennington, first down. Checks down, finds Jason Raines on the near side of the field, wrapped intact right at the 35-yard line after a gain of about 7 yards thereabouts. Nice tackle on the play by Darren Barkins of Cal Poly. There you see the
Raines has been involved. I think his 3rd catch on the day.
Indeed. Hubbard in at running back now. Trips up high to the right. Pennington the shotgun. Play action. Downfield. Looking. What a catch. Climbing the ladder. Going up high. And you know who that is? He's a guy that hasn't had a lot of opportunity to catch passes. Elijah Taylor.
Well, we saw him last week be involved. And Taylor, who's played a lot of meaningful downs for this NAU football team over the years, goes up high there in the seam to make a great catch.
A lot of meaningful downs over the last several years. And just until recently, Taylor really kind of has had a hard time getting onto the field in the wide receiver room. Great catch for him, first down. All the way to the 11-yard line, 1st and 10. Hubbard in the backfield with Pennington. Pennington looking to his left, pump fakes twice, now runs to his right and throws that one desperation.
Oh, into the stands.
All the way into the stands.
Yeah.
He was outside the tackle box, and there was a receiver sort of kind of.
Number 1
look at this guy.
in the area, the pass.
All right, early prediction here, Mitch. We are going to hear the term finishing drives from Coach Wright at the half. Okay? Just throwing it out there. We're 2.5 left. Just putting it out there.
Kevin Nostradamus Stevens making his predictions. Can you predict a few good stocks for me in the market? I could. Trips down low, double up high for 2nd and 10 at the 11. Swing pass out to the near flat. That's Eastman. Races inside the 10 and tackled at about the 6-yard line. So guess what?
We have seen this before.
Here we go. It's 3rd down. And they're inside deep in the red zone here. Ball will be spotted at Cal Poly's 6-yard line.
And NAU's doing a good job distributing the football to their playmakers. Lots of guys touching the football today. They're going to take it down to the 2-minute timeout.
We will take that break at the 2-minute timeout with our score tied at 7 in Flagstaff between Cal Poly, the Mustangs, and the Lumberjacks of Northern Arizona University. Big Sky football on ESPN+.
We've got some exciting stuff coming up for you at the half, brought to you by Northern Quest Resort and Casino. Game on. I'll be catching up with head coach Brian Wright before he heads into the locker room. But after that, we'll be taking a tree walk on North Campus, courtesy of NAU TV's own Nick Smallwood. And as always, we'll be recapping those first half stats and highlights. But first, Mitch, we've got a game to cover.
Yeah, we do. Looking forward to seeing that Nick Smallwood package. The tree walk is pretty famous here at Northern Arizona University. For those that are not familiar, Flagstaff is located right in the heart of the world's largest stand of ponderosa pine trees. Logging and tree and forest health is a big part of Northern Arizona University. The tree walk is kind of a representation of that. Nick Smallwood, a great job with that package. Eastman in motion. 3rd and 5. Up the middle. Held short of the first down marker, but it should be close to the yard to gain. Here we go with the mark.
I thought he was a little closer than where they're going to mark this football. And
Red zone has been very tight. Very, very tight. And they're next to the last in the Big Sky Conference in red zone defense coming into the game. 4th and 1, extra bodies in. Under center, play action, roll out to the right. Pennington throws it into the end zone. Caught by Darvon Hubbard for a touchdown. Lumberjacks.
well, that's a lot of faith, putting it in the hands of a running back to get out there, clear the defense, throwing the ball, catching it for a touchdown. Saw a lot of Hubbard the last 2 drives. He finishes that one with 6.
Watch again, Hubbard releasing out of the backfield, being chased from behind by Kenny Olson of Cal Poly, but Olson couldn't keep up with him. And the Lumberjacks put a touchdown on the board, and they do something that Kevin Stevens was just talking about, right? Finish the drive. Extra point attempt, Sam Hunsicker, good. Time for the drive stats, as we call them in the biz. That drive, a short field drive, 42 yards after an outstanding punt return by Isaiah Eastman. 6 plays and 42 yards for head coach Brian Wright. 2 minutes and 39 seconds off the clock. There's the stats. Thank you, Nick Smallwood. He is producing our game for ESPN Plus.
Well, it really started with some great defensive football. Forced the punt, the 3 and out. Great field position. 6 plays later, you're in the end zone.
Now comes the last minute and 14 seconds for head coach Paul Wolf. He's got 3 timeouts in his pocket. He's only down a score as a close to a 13-point underdog on the road in a game that NAU must win to keep their playoff hopes in place. Hunsicker to kick. He'll be kicking off to the north end zone. High, possibly returnable. A yard deep, near hash. 10, 15, 20. Breaking tackles, 25, 30. He's loose to the 40, 45, midfield, still down the far sideline. And NAU's kickoff return coverage fails here. And a great return for Cal Poly gives them a short field at the Lumberjack 30. So let's see where they end up marking it, 33-yard line.
Well, he decides to take it out. It was the right decision. Just some poor tackling here by NAU.
Oh, right there. Missed tackle and then some speed. Nice little move there, a hesitation, good stiff arm. And an outstanding kickoff return for the Mustangs. They've got 62 seconds, 33 yards away from pay dirt.
That changes the whole dynamic, certainly. They are pretty much in field goal range now.
I see a new quarterback out there. Let's see if we can catch the number. Is that Anthony Grigsby Jr., number 1?
It is.
Okay, thank you. Last year at Nevada, he redshirted. Grigsby comes in, replaces Diefenbach in the shotgun, takes the snap. Oh, puts the ball down on the deck.
I think jumped back on it quickly.
Yep, he gets the ball back, but
Paul
he
Wolf's
was
going to have
lucky.
to take a quick timeout here. Now inside 1 minute. They've got 2 more to go.
Bloop.
But new quarterback.
Timeout.
Ball
Cal Poly. Their
ball
first
control
charge.
issue there.
Second timeout.
They're going to lose about 3 yards on it. Yeah, two yards.
There you see Paul Wolf, the big guy right there on the right side of that huddle with the headset on and the glasses. The man's been around the Big Sky Conference and head football coaching at the Division I level for a lot of years. Spent 3 seasons as Cal Poly's offensive line and run coordinator and associate head coach as we take a look again at that outstanding kickoff return. 3 years as the offensive coordinator at Sacramento State. 13 years in the Eastern Washington University program, including 8 years as head coach of the Eagles in Cheney, Washington, where he won 2 Big Sky titles and was a 3-time Big Sky Conference Coach of the Year. 4 years head coach at Washington State and Pullman. Had a stint in the NFL, the San Francisco 49ers, South Florida, Iowa State, UC Davis as assistant coaches. 2nd and 13, Mustangs, left to right, back to the 36, back to pass. Grigsby pats it, throws it, near side, catching it. And then sweeping out of bounds, that's Logan Booher.
Paul Wolf's been a lot of places. Man, that list about like your criminal record.
Whoa.
A long list.
There are privacy rules and regulations that are supposed to protect people like me from people like you. Well, they got back the loss on the fumble. Back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 10, 50 seconds to go. Cal Poly down a touchdown, but trying to get something in the score books before halftime. Grigsby back to pass out of the gun. Clean pocket, go deep over the middle, and overthrows his intended receiver, Jordan Garrison. And is there a flag or anything down behind it? Because Micah Carrion is pretty upset.
No flag, but some late shenanigans. That's a technical term. That ball thrown into the post beyond the intended receiver. And this will bring up a long 51-yard field goal attempt.
This is Noah Cerna out of Riverside, California. He's 7 of 9 field goal kicking this season. His career long is 51 yards, and this will be about that. At elevation, line driver. Oh, it's good. Or is that DeMauro? Nope, they snuck in Gianluca DeMauro.
That's a knuckleball through
It
there.
was.
Not pretty, but effective.
That was about a 51-yard field goal. That bests DeMauro's 47-yard previous career-long kick that he nailed in the loss at Utah.
Cal Poly responds primarily through special teams, the big kickoff return. And they score with 40 seconds left, answering NAU's touchdown drive.
Hey, you got to give the Mustangs some serious credit here. 4-play drive. They didn't get any yards, but Paul Wolf has got to be pleased that DeMauro was able to split the uprights with that low line driver.
Now, we were here about a week ago, Mitch, and same guy deep, number 11, Colby Katzis, with about a minute left in the half. Took one to the house, 100 yards.
And DeMauro will stay out to kick off.
And my guess is they know about that. They may not
give him an opportunity to
I wouldn't.
House call. In his own end zone, Colby Katzis. Here's the kick.
Or they just kick it.
Nope.
Same thing.
On the fly out of the back of the end zone. That's what 7,000 feet above sea level will do. Kind of like the way it helps your golf game a little bit on those long iron approach shots. Normally, you're like, what, a pitching wedge from about, 100 yards?
Yeah, something like that.
You can usually use your sand wedge now when you're trying to.
You're saying take advantage of the altitude? Hey, what is NAU's offensive posture here going to be? They've gotten the ball downfield through the passing game a little bit here. I think they may be aggressive.
Up 14-10 with 40 seconds and 3 timeouts. Shotgun right to left. Pennington back to pass. Winding up, pumping, and then no one to throw to, so he's going to throw it away to the far side of the field.
Yeah, good coverage downfield. No really receivers very far downfield. Pocket beginning to collapse on Ty Pennington. Throws it out there, but too far for anybody to catch.
Earlier in this game, Pennington passed up former Lumberjack quarterback Kerry Grossert for number 10 all-time on the NAU passing yardage chart. And this isn't even the end of his second season in Flagstaff, and he's entered the top 10. 34 seconds to go. Incomplete pass stops the clock. In motion, Katzis to the far side. Pennington out of the gun. Stepping up in the pocket. Rolls left. Downfield's got a man open. It's over the shoulder. Katzis! Are you kidding me?
Wow.
In his fingertips. Touchdown. Lumberjacks. Lightning bolt on senior day in the Walkup Skydome.
Well, last week it was a 100-yard kickoff return just before the half. This time a long throw out there. It looked like he may not get to it, but he did. 6 points for Colby Katzis.
Wowza. Rolling to his right, he stopped and heaved it, and right on the fingertips of Katzis. Last week, Katzis, the 100-yard kickoff return for a touchdown before halftime. This one, a 75-yard touchdown reception. Extra point good, flag down. Holy Katsis. Colby Katsis has been electrifying this season.
Now this is going to go against Cal Poly. Coach Wright's out there with his call sheet. He's thinking about going for 2 here with the penalty. And that offense coming back out there, and they will attempt a field goal, or excuse me, a 2-point conversion.
The illegal formation on the defense, number 93, we lined up over the center. Half the distance to the goal, replay the try.
Interesting situation here. The score is 20-10.
Not what you would ordinarily say, but Coach Wright never afraid to go for it. This is just another example of that.
Let's see who comes out. Is it the extra point team or the offense team?
This would be the offense.
They are going for it. They're going to go for 2 here. 2-point conversion play attempt with 24 seconds to go. Pennington in the shotgun. Cromwell off his right shoulder, in motion. Tight end Purdy, play action over the middle. Oh my goodness! Easy peasy, touchdown, or check that, 2-point conversion, Hayden Doherty.
Well, they had a play they liked, and you could see why. Hayden Doherty open by himself. That ball thrown a tiny little bit behind him. Doherty did a nice job chucking it down and catching the football for 2.
A 2-point conversion play to the tight end, Hayden Doherty, a true freshman out of Highland High School, Gilbert, Arizona, in the Valley of the Sun. And Brian Wright says, okay, you're going to give us a 1.5 yards there. We're going to go ahead and try to get 2, and they get the 2, and it's 22-10.
And if you're not familiar with the term chucking it down, that's a new one, even for me.
Every once in a while.
You kind of hear different.
You do something different every once in a while.
Yeah, not
that is
not an English major. Nobody's ever thought that one.
Folks up in the Central Coast of California, I'm sure appreciate this. Cal Poly has also, like NAU does, has a great logging tradition and history and forest health program and logging and industry programs. And that's the NAU Lumber Sports Club, chopping off a piece of a ponderosa pine. It's called a cookie. Here's the kickoff. Roll downfield.
Oh, dear.
And another good return. Near side of the field, flags coming down. Another outstanding run back. And that on the run back play and making a heck of a play on that at the end of it, Misa Paeo.
2 flags, same incident. I think this will be a hold, block in the back situation. I say them both so I can be right either way. And
that's what is known in the business as covering all of your bases. We have a lengthy discussion going on here as you see head coach Brian Wright.
During the return, number 42 of the return team.
I was right.
10-yard penalty. First down, Cal Poly.
It's like the other day when we were flipping to see who was going to pick up the bill, flip the coin. You just said, loser takes this one. It's either going to be heads or tails.
There you go.
Yeah, I ended up picking up the bill.
Thank you for dinner, by the way.
That was on number 26. Number 26 was the hold.
That has to be disappointing for Paul Wolf because that would have given them 15 seconds with a couple of timeouts to try to chuck the ball downfield. Now they got to move it all the way back to their own 32-yard line, down 22-10 with 15 seconds to go. Still enough time here to try to maybe get a field goal. Grigsby in at quarterback, takes the snap, and it's going to be a draw play, a little delay draw running up the middle, and then tackled it around the 44-yard line, Tyree Washington.
Paul Wolf sneaks over and takes time out with 8 seconds left.
First down, too. That'll stop the clock momentarily.
And they're going to continue to be aggressive themselves as they approach midfield.
Kept Poly their second charge timeout. 32nd and late.
Now enough time for Cal Poly to, attempt something short of a Hail Mary. You'd probably need Mitch 17, 18 yards to make it a legitimate field goal attempt. Maybe 15. They just kicked a 51-yarder.
Yep.
And So kind of a difficult spot defensively if you're NAU. You don't want anything behind you, but don't want to give up anything beyond about 10 yards here.
Anthony Grigsby Jr. in at quarterback, trips up top. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line of the Mustangs. Grigsby back to pass. Pocket holds it, and he rolls to his right and throws it underneath, and it may be intercepted. It is intercepted.
They're going to mark it as interception.
And that's senior Brandon Wong get the interception.
Well, if it was a catch, and I think it may well have been, it's going to be close. Certainly going to be looked at. Brandon Wong, your pregame interview, you seem to have a knack for picking the guy. Let's watch this one.
Throwing back across his body.
Mitch is saying probably not.
I'm not sure. If that is reviewed, we'll see if the...
With replay assist, the ball hit the ground. It's an incomplete pass. 2nd down.
So it's
Please reset the game clock to 3 seconds.
It is ruled an incomplete pass.
Thank you.
And they get a couple of extra seconds.
And a quick replay assist. Wow.
Wow, that was quick.
Quite a bit quicker than that.
Watch here.
That
watch.
late hit.
Timeout, Cal Poly there.
That's the right decision.
That is the right call.
It's 1 minute timeout. Cal Poly is out of check for the half.
So is Paul Wolf calling his final timeout there?
Well, it was an incomplete pass. Yeah, they're going to.
There's 3 seconds on the clock.
Clock's not in any danger of starting. And Paul Wolf's got to decide what he's going to do here. Nowhere near field goal position.
This is a good look here, maybe. Yeah, you could see right there how the ball caromed off of the Findlay Toyota Field turf. A great play by Brandon Wong to bring it in and try to sell it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Kind of like what you do with all of your CPA work with all
kind
your
of
clients.
my entire professional life is what you're a facade.
Yeah, it'll skip off the turf on those final tax returns that you file with the IRS, and you'll sell that. This tax return's going to get you $1 million in refund, my friends.
How much did I pay for this commercial?
Oh, boy, there's Grigsby Jr., Anthony Grigsby, with 3 seconds. And NAU goes prevent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players back near the 35-yard line. Grigsby back to pass, rolls to the near side, and then winds up and heaves it deep. Here we go, into the end zone. Oh, my God, it was caught. That was caught. What a play. Hail Mary in the end zone. Cal Poly gets a touchdown. Oh, my goodness. What a play for Grigsby, and what a catch in the end zone.
Well, Grigsby does an outstanding job keeping this play alive, moving initially to his right, back into the center, throws a perfectly thrown Hail Mary up in the air. Receiver knows where he's at, identifies the football, and does the same thing to NAU that NAU did earlier in the season.
Fidel Pitts with the catch in the end zone on the Hail Mary at the end of the half. Extra point kick with no time on the clock is good. And the Mustangs, with that incomplete pass with Brandon Wong almost intercepting it, convert that into a touchdown on the final offensive play of the first half. Well, what do you know? Watch this one. There's Pitts right there, number 6.
He's
downfield.
buckling his cinch. No, yeah.
Yep. He was buckling his chin strap as he's walking down the field, and he gets there in time to get the Grigsby pass. That's a beauty right there. Wow. As the Mustangs head to the locker room, okay, Steve, they're going to come up to us in the broadcast booth here, and we'll see if we can get, there we go. Hey, everybody. That's Kevin. I also call him K-Steve. I'm Mitch. And we're up here in the broadcast booth, and that was a hell of a way to end the first half here on ESPN Plus with the Hail Mary touchdown. Let's go down on the sideline with Adriana with the head coach of NAU, and that would be Brian Wright.
Thanks, Mitch. Coach, this offense went from getting stopped twice in a row basically in the red zone to going for it for 2 when you're already up by 10. What changed in the second quarter, and how do you make sure that momentum maintains at the second half?
Well, the first and second quarter were the same, throwing the football. I thought we were really consistent there. We just got to continue to win the one-on-ones out wide and finish some of those drives a little bit better when we're trying to run the football in the low red.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks.
All right, head coach Brian Wright with Adriana Sparks. We're going to take a timeout. Adriana will be back down to the sideline with our halftime report. Pretty exciting way to end the first half of football here in Flagstaff, Arizona. Cal Poly giving the Lumberjacks all they can handle right now on Findlay Toyota Field as NAU will take the lead in the locker room at halftime. We'll be back after this on ESPN+. Into the broadcast booth, Mitch Stroman along with Kevin Stevens. Great to have you on board on ESPN+. It is the final regular season home game for NAU Lumberjack football, and they've got their hands full with a feisty bunch of Mustangs from Cal Poly in San Luis Obispo, California.
Yeah, really are. A couple of late, the field goal and then a Hail Mary. 10 points for the Mustangs there late in the half.
There's our halftime stats brought to you by Toyota. Toyota, let's go places. Well, 247 yards of passing for NAU. But I'll tell you what, NAU on third down, partner, those numbers don't compute quite nicely for a offense that has 247 passing yards.
Yeah, that and probably not as balanced as they would like on offense. Of course, Cal Poly, a little bit of the same thing. 124 yards for the air, 31 on the ground.
22-17 is the score as we get set to start the second half here in Flagstaff on Findlay Toyota Field inside of the J. Lawrence Walkup Skydome in Flagstaff, Arizona. Again, Cal Poly won the coin toss, took the opening kickoff, and went 3 and out. So now they give the ball to the Lumberjacks to start the second half. NAU with a here's the interesting part. They have a 22-17 lead, does the home team. But with that Hail Mary touchdown, it just feels like Cal Poly's got all the juice here to start the second half.
Momentum is a crazy thing, and when you end the half that way, you get the momentum.
Adriana Sparks, can you hear me down on the sideline?
Yes, I can, Mitch.
You had to have had a great view of that Hail Mary touchdown before halftime.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty remarkable. I was right here, just about the 15-yard line watching, and I kind of had to held my breath there, in moments like that where it's really sometimes just feels like a 50-50 ball. You're not really sure who's going to come down with it, but I saw that white and green jersey, and I knew. Play
action. Out to Katsas, screen play, wide receiver screen out to the far sideline. Katsas races up the numbers, and he gets about 12 yards on first down and 10 as NAU moving from left to right to start the second half here with a 22-17 lead over the Mustangs.
Just a quick hitter out to your number one threat on offense. Excuse me, Colby Katsas picks up the first down on the first play from scrimmage for the second half.
Lumberjacks break the huddle. Send 2 wide receivers down low. Katsas singled out up high. Shotgun Pennington, 1st and 10 at the 37 of the Lumberjacks. A little bit of a delayed handoff, and that got a blocker out there. Hayden Doherty, and look at Seth Cromwell working that far sideline. Muscular run for Cromwell in the Cal Poly territory, tackled at the 40-yard line. Another first down for the Lumberjacks.
34 not going to go down on first contact unless it's really good contact that includes some wrap-up, and that did not. Watch this. Takes on the hit and keeps going.
Man, he is, when he gets a head of steam going, Cromwell, 5'10", 215 pounds, redshirt junior out of Littleton, Colorado. Hard to bring down. Colby Katsas also had a great block on that to help out his buddy Cromwell. First down and 10 at the 40 of the Mustangs. In motion, Elijah Taylor sets up in the near slot. Here's a snap out of the gun. Handoff Cromwell. And upended and pinwheeled. Calvin Moore went low on the 5'10" Seth Cromwell and took his legs right out from under him, but you still get about 2-3 yards.
Yeah, good tackle on that play.
There's a look at Calvin Moore, a sophomore, true sophomore, out of Moreno Valley, California's Orange Vista High School. Played 10 games last season as a true freshman. Second down and 8. Lumberjacks leading 22-17. The first drive of the second half. Cromwell still in at running back. Play action to Cromwell. He stays in the protect. Downfield. Open. Katsas. Touchdown. Lumberjacks. Colby Katsas right down the hash. And man, did Ty Pennington put that right into his hands. In stride.
Beautifully executed. You see play there. You see the play action. Colby Katsas in the post. And those two just play good football together.
You cannot throw a better football.
And it's a nice, just the right type of throw. Enough air for him to clear the defense, keep going in stride into the end zone for 6.
Extra point here. Sam Hunsaker, good. We're going to keep it right here because we just got play going in the third quarter, second half of this very important football game for NAU. A must-win for them. But Cal Poly trying to snap a 5-game losing streak here.
You didn't credit me for it, but as predicted, Coach Wright referenced finishing football drives at the half.
I credited you, though, as you were heading into the men's room at halftime.
Not to the public, okay?
Yeah. I mean, I'd let you know then.
Get it out there.
I said, hey, Kevin, credit to you there. And you're like, hey, man, I gotta take care of some things
Can
here.
we lead with that in the second half?
Again, the cookie being cut by the NAU Lumber Sports Club, and you saw the drive stats. Not much of a drive in terms of the number of plays, 4 plays, but 75 yards in 4 plays in 2 minutes and 7 seconds. And a 38-yard touchdown strike from Ty Pennington to Colby Katzis. That combination this season has been quite the wide receiver quarterback combo in the Big Sky Conference. Here's the kick from Hunsaker. Not to be returned, it'll be a touchback. 29-17, the Lumberjack lead, as Cal Poly will now get their hands on the football for offense here in the second half. You know, this Cal Poly team may have lost 5 games in a row, Kevin Stevens, and the record may be 3-7, but 4 of Cal Poly's 5 losses in conference have been against teams ranked in the top 25. And 3 of those 5 losses were by a single touchdown. They have been in games and close. And it looks like Ty Diefenbach is back in a quarterback. Empty set. Back to pass for the 6'6" quarterback. Rolling to his right. Throwing it on the roll and just past the stretching arm of Alec Marshall, the tight end out of Menlo Park, California.
Marshall's not a small kid either.
No, he's 6'7".
Yeah.
What is this? Is this like the Cal Poly basketball team out here? 6'6", 6'7".
240.
Watch us throw it just a little bit past.
Even at 6'7", a little too far for him.
2nd and 10, Mustangs right to left at their own 25. Out of the gun. Handoff. That's Paeo. Flag comes down. Fights his way for a gain of 5 to the 35 off to the right side of the line, but a flag is down on the play. Offensive coordinator for the Mustangs and quarterback coach is Tim Rosenbach. Might remember him. Played a little bit of football in his day.
Had some summer sessions here in Flagstaff in this very building.
And that was when the former Arizona Cardinals, or actually Phoenix Cardinals, now Arizona Cardinals.
We are dating ourselves.
Used to do their preseason training camp here in Flagstaff. Let's see what the call is.
Holding 0 of the defense. 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Logan Booher, the wide receiver. There he is right there in front of 29. And right there on the left side of your screen.
Cardinals now in Glendale for
their training camp.
Yeah, well, makes a lot of sense.
Wow. Throwing a little shade down on the NFL.
Always good decision-making there with the Cardinals organization.
Ooh, 2nd down and 18. Back to pass. Diefenbach on the run. Down he goes. Flag's going to come down as well. Taken down by the senior again, Brandon Wong.
Another hold. Coach Wright's going to have to make a decision whether he accepts this. I think they'll decline it.
They are. They're going to take. So that's a clean sack.
Holding number 78 of the offense. A penalty is declined. 3rd down.
Rayson Delgatti, the illegal party on the hold, but it's going to be declined. And watch 35 Wong track down Diefenbach, take him down solo. You know, that guy right there, number 35, he missed the first 3 games of the season recovering from double surgery to fix up a couple of pretty serious injuries. And he's only played 70% of the games, and he ties for the lead with that sack, takes the lead for the Lumberjacks in terms of quarterback sacks. He hasn't even played 3 games of 10 total. 3rd and 21, Diefenbach back to pass. Pocket breaks down. He's in trouble again. He goes down again.
Mustangs going the wrong direction right now offensively, and credit this Lumberjack defense for getting after the quarterback here.
Big Micah Carry-On this time with the quarterback sack. Back-to-back sacks for the Lumberjack defense. Punting unit comes out. There he is, Micah Carry-On.
Yeah,
emotional, fiery leader.
4th and 27. Yeah, I'd kick it too.
Ehrlich, the left-footed punter out of Melbourne, Australia, in the back of his own end zone. Snap to him. Lets it fly. High, floater, good hang time. And that will have to be fair caught by Isaiah Eastman at his own 46-yard line. We'll take a timeout in Flagstaff. There you see the score. 29-17, Lumberjacks over the Mustangs on ESPN+.
Welcome back to ESPN Plus. It's almost playoff season, which means Big Sky football is at its peak. Let's take a look around the conference at the Big Sky scoreboard. Eastern Washington leads Northern Colorado. It's actually 27-7. We're maybe a little late on the update there, but it is 27-7. The Montana Grizz battling with Portland State. They lead 14-7, and a cat fight in Idaho about to kick off between the Weber State Wildcats and the Idaho State Bengals. Two more exciting matchups tonight. Sac State and the Idaho Vandals, and UC Davis travels to Montana to try and give the Bobcats their first Big Sky loss on ESPN2, Mitch.
All right, Adriana, big rivalry game between that cat fight. Weber State and Idaho State. Winding up, Pennington down the middle. There's the almost catch, but it's picked off. What a play coming back the other way. Cal Poly interception. Jeremiah Bernard picks off that pass, his third interception of the season. And but hang on, we've got a flag down.
A little confusion here. They had the look they wanted, but you see Katzis expecting that ball to be thrown to the outside, and it was thrown inside, unable to adjust to it to play defense, and this play will stand as a turnover.
Holding, the play will stand, and how about Bernard? Watch it again, making the play. Jeremiah Bernard tracking this football. Look at him, he had his eyes all the way on that. Knocks Katzis out of the way, and then a great run back. Bernard for Cal Poly.
If that ball's thrown to the outside, I think it's 6.
That terminates the drive for NAU and puts the Mustangs on a short field at the Lumberjack 48-yard line. Tyree Washington in at running back. Diefenbach back to pass. Hits Washington, who drops the ball. Washington does in the near flat, goes incomplete.
Well, Cal Poly's dropped a couple of them today. That has not helped their cause.
Quinton Moten was right there in coverage.
Thrown out to the running back. Moten would have brought him down, but I think he saw number 7 coming in, and that may have impacted his ability to catch the football.
29-17, Lumberjacks leading Cal Poly. Just underway here in the third quarter, 11:05 mark. Second down and 10. Diefenbach looking right all the way and then rifles that one into the Lumberjacks sideline. There's the intended receiver, Cal Zimmerman, but that one was not catchable for
Zimmerman.
Zimmerman.
I don't think Zimmerman any shot to catch that one. Thrown outside. Brings up third down.
Cal Poly, as my partner says often in these situations when you're looking at third and long, they're behind schedule on the down and distance. Third down and 10, Mustangs. Paello in motion out of the backfield on the wheel route. They hit the screen on the hash. Nice packle break spin, and that's going to be a first down, I believe. Jordan Garrison, let's see if he got to the yard to gain. It's close. They say yes, they do move it.
Yeah, NAU, I think, had him if they'd just been able to make the tackle. You see inside screen there. Brandon Wong missing it, and they will move the chains.
29-17, the Lumberjacks leading the Mustangs here early in the third, but Mustangs with the first down now have something going on offensively. Booher in motion. Handoff and room. Second level, upended by Quinton Moten, but not before Tyree Washington gets a good gainer on first down.
Not a missed tackle by Moten. That's a good one, but not, as to your point, Mitch, not after he gained 6 or 7 yards there.
That's a good block. And again, Washington, this is the flea flicker, pitching it back to Diefenbach. He throws this one underneath, and it will be caught. Logan Boer with the first down reception inside the 25 to the 22-yard line.
Well, really nice decision by Diefenbach there. They had a receiver deep. NAU not fooled. Good coverage downfield. He checks down to the underneath receiver. That's a good, smart play by number 7.
Yep, saw that nobody was open deep. Checks it down. Kendrick Sanders now comes in at running back. Lots of personnel substitutions for Cal Poly deep offensively. 1st and 10 at the 22. Handoff, Sanders angling to the right side of the line. He'll get about 2 yards to about the 21-yard line. Guarantee you there are a lot of folks around the Big Sky Conference that are dialed into this game on ESPN+. My sister and her family in Orange County, California, Mission Viejo area, Aliso Viejo, watch it in on ESPN+, and a lot of other folks across the league, because this game has playoff implications in the Big Sky Conference. Sacramento State fans should be probably watching this game pretty closely.
Dr. Wood
and company. 2nd down and 9 at the 21-yard line. Stacked wides down low. Diefenbach rolling to his left to the near side. Throws it across his body, and it will be incomplete inside the 10-yard line.
Good coverage downfield defensively.
Mikey Beresford there in coverage. Looking for Wheatley right there, number 9. And this will bring up another down and distance that's behind schedule, as as in Kevin Stevens says.
Two references on this drive alone.
Two wides up top, 2 wides down below. 3rd down, 9 to go at the 21 of NAU. Sanders in the backfield. Diefenbach takes the snap out of the gun. Flushed out of the pocket, running to his left. Stops, throws across the field, and that's tipped up and could have been intercepted, but it's going to go incomplete. Dangerous pass.
It was dangerous. That's a tough assignment. Big right-handed quarterback running to his left, throwing that ball back into the inside. Very dangerous. Cal Poly fortunate that hit the ground.
And coverage was there as well. Gianluca DeMauro on to attempt a 39-yard kick for a field goal from the right hash. On 4th down. 39-yard attempt from DeMauro. Kick has the distance. And it is laser accurate. It's good. Cal Poly gets paid with a field goal. We'll take a timeout. 8:19 to go in the 3rd stanza. Score, NAU 29, Cal Poly 20. Big Sky football coverage on ESPN+.
Welcome back to ESPN Plus. Now let's take a quick look at the Cal Poly Mustangs. It's actually quite similar to NAU. They're from San Luis Obispo in California, founded in 1901, just 2 years after NAU, which was founded in 1899. Enrollment also a little similar. Cal Poly a little bit smaller with that enrollment, just over 22,000. And of course, the iconic colors, green and gold. Mitch.
Adriana, thanks very much. Look at Colby Katzis in the end zone as DeMauro is about to kick the ball off. 29-20, the lead for the Northern Arizona University Lumberjacks. A game again that they have to win to keep their postseason aspirations alive. Meanwhile, Cal Poly is trying to end their season on a strong note and snap a 5-game losing streak here. That will go out of the end zone. It'll be a touchback for NAU. No return opportunity for Colby Katzis. We'll take a timeout here in Flagstaff, Arizona. 9-point lead for the Lumberjacks. Big Sky football on ESPN+. Let's check down on the sideline now. Adriana Sparks with the Cal Poly schedule. Adriana?
Thanks, Mitch. Yeah, the Cal Poly Mustangs will close out the regular season they'll be heading to Eastern Washington to face the Eagles. Now, the Mustangs will not advance to the FCS playoffs, but they certainly have a chance to disrupt the rest of the Big Sky standings, and that's certainly the goal today against the Lumberjacks.
No doubt about it, Adriana. They would love to torpedo NAU's postseason hopes.
But Paul Wolf has given the officials an earful on the last 2 breaks.
Has he ever?
They gave 3 of them gave him an audience for about 90 seconds.
Left to right, 1st and 10, Lumberjacks at their own 25-yard line out of the shotgun. Give Cromwell, avoids a tackler in the backfield running left. Gets the edge and gets about 2, maybe 3 yards on the carry for Seth Cromwell. Cromwell had 3 rushing touchdowns a week ago in Flagstaff in the win over Northern Colorado. He's got over 60 yards rushing in this game to lead the Lumberjack rushing attack. Brian Wright sending in the play call via the headset to his quarterback, Ty Pennington. 2nd and 7 at the 28, out of the gun. Give Cromwell, 2nd level, into the 3rd level. He's got the 1st down. Wrestled to the turf by Jeremiah Bernard of Cal Poly, but he gets a Lumberjack 1st down out to about the 38-yard line.
More good, hard running by Seth Cromwell, and NAU now no huddle, going with a little tempo.
Trips down low. Snap Pennington, a little off the mark. Pennington going to keep this one and run it himself. And he's got a big run on 1st down, a gain of about a dozen right to midfield, 1st down NAU.
Yeah, not sure that, though, was the design. That ball was snapped a little bit to his left. Just got one hand on it.
Yep. Look at the way he kind of pushed Cromwell. Seth, get out of my way. Get out of my way.
Knew he had to take it himself and did well with it.
Right to midfield. Pennington, 297 passing yards today in the Skydome. Now has more than 5,000 career passing yards. The 9th Lumberjack quarterback ever to crack the 5,000-yard mark, and he does it in.
And NAU taking a time out there, unusual.
6 seconds on
Coach
the play
Wright
clock.
not happy with something.
NAU,
must have been a personnel issue.
Timeout.
We'll keep it right here with 6:48 to go in the 3rd quarter, and the Lumberjacks leading the Mustangs 29-20. Finishing the thought on Pennington, not even 2 full seasons as a Lumberjack quarterback, and he becomes the 9th player to crack the 5,000 career passing yard mark. You were what, the 4th or 5th one to get that mark, or where were you?
A little further down the list. Yeah. You see, let's go to Cromwell's run there. Good hard running.
Oh, it's our last time in the booth together this season on ESPN Plus. We gotta have some fun here. Look at Brian Wright breaking the huddle.
We don't know that to be true.
Well, I mean, I'm on ESPN Plus.
Yeah, good. You're right.
This season.
You're right.
Yeah. 2 wides down low. Pennington, 1st and 10, right at midfield. Give Cromwell. He's got a head of steam rolling, but the flag in the backfield would strongly suggest an inappropriate holding of a defensive player.
Holding number 55 of the offense, 10-yard penalty.
Now, Paul Wolf has been riding these officials pretty good, but you see there a pretty clear hold.
55 is Jeremiah Catt, transfer out of Chattanooga, Mesa, Arizona, 5th-year senior. 23 games at UT, University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. Penalty is 10 yards. It'll be 1st and 20. Ball back to the NAU 40, going from left to right. Ty Pennington in the shotgun. Brings Eastman in motion out to the far side. Play action, throws it over the middle, caught. Gain of about 9 yards or so.
And a nice block by Seth Cromwell.
That's Jason Raines on the reception.
Picking up the blitzing player. And have we got another flag out there? No, maybe not.
Scanning around here. I'm not. What are you looking at?
Well, the screen. It said flag. So.
Well, it looks like it might be a yellow mouth guard piece out there. That could be mistaken for a flag. But no flags down. 2nd down and 11. Ball at the NAU 49. Trips to the near side. Raines singled out up top. Now in motion, Eastman to the near slot. Looking over the middle. Batted down at the line of scrimmage. Incomplete pass.
Had the look they wanted, I believe, and disrupted by a oncoming rusher. Hands up there.
Mason Barber, the 5th-year senior, in his 38th game as a Mustang, knocks down that Ty Pennington pass at the line of scrimmage. 5:36 to go in the third quarter. NAU up 29-20 on Cal Poly. Ty Pennington in the shotgun. Brings Eastman in motion to the near side of the field, and he throws it right to Eastman on the hash, running up the middle, and a nice tackle. Jeremiah Bernard upended Isaiah Eastman before he could really get that head of steam going.
All right, across midfield. I think Coach Wright wanted to go for it, but he's going to kick the football here and play defense. I think that's the right decision.
And this would be, I believe, the first punt of the game for Ben DeQuilla of NAU.
And I mentioned to Ben, said hello to me before the game, and I said, well, I hope we use you as much as we did last week. And that's played out so far.
Brooks Wheatley back deep to take the punt from DeQuilla, who's averaging 48.5 yards per punt, which, if the season ended today, would be a single-season record for punting average for a Lumberjack football player. End over end, back
spin. That could be a good one.
Bounces at the 7, right up in the air, inside the 5, and corralled right about the 1-yard line.
Hard to be any better.
That is absolute special teams perfection. DeQuilla's backspin punt, coverage down there to guard it from going into the end zone. Watch this.
Yeah, high enough to allow those
Jason Raines,
those guys downfield to protect it. They were surrounded by it. Actually took a little bit dangerous bounce, but they caught it and inside the 1.
And a big punt for Ben DeQuilla. That's a 46-yard punt, but down at the 1-yard line, inside the 1-yard line. And Ty Diefenbach is under center in his own end zone on 1st and 10, going from right to left. Takes it, tries to run over the left guard, and squeezes out about a yard. That's about it.
Well, it's 6'6", doesn't take much. He dived forward and tried to create a little bit more space for them to operate offensively.
Ty Diefenbach, his dad Daniel was a basketball player at Eastern Washington University, 1988 through 1990. No wonder he's 6'6". 2nd and 9. Drops back in his own end zone. Pats it once, one-on-one, coming downfield, and what a play defensively, one-on-one. An outstanding play by that young man, Quentin Moten of NAU.
Simply can't do it any better than that on defense. He was on his hip, the receiver's hip, got that hand up there, that right hand, knocks it away. Ball falls to the ground.
Just a spectacular one-on-one defensive play of the cornerback, Quentin Moten. And it's 3rd down and 9, and again, Diefenbach will be setting up in his own end zone. In the shotgun. There's the snap to him, looking to the near side, now stepping up, now running to the near side, and he's in trouble. He's got to get rid of it. He does. Throws it downfield. Picked off by Mikey Beresford. Tipped up, and Beresford comes down with the football inside the Cal Poly 30-yard line.
Yeah, probably a ball that should have been thrown away. Again, you got a right-handed quarterback being forced to his left. Got to get his entire body around. Just nothing on that football. It's tipped, and NAU intercepts the football.
Great hands by Beresford to hang on to it. He almost dropped it. And great replay coverage from our NAU TV student crew. Catching that shot of Beresford. That's his 2nd interception of the season for Mikey Beresford. Out of Long Beach Poly High School in Southern California. And the Lumberjacks are in business at the 28-yard line of the Mustangs. Darvon Hubbard in the backfield. Gets the handoff. Hesitates a moment on the right side of the line and skips his way inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. Good gain on 1st down.
Just enough patience and then explosion there for Hubbard to pick up nearly 6 yards there. The interception yields very good field position for the Lumberjacks.
Down to 3.5 minutes to go in the third with NAU a 9-point lead, 29-20, but they're driving on a short field. In motion, Eastman. Handoff Hubbard. Hit in the backfield, tackled in the backfield. Strong defensive play, and that for Cal Poly, a very, very good penetration that looked like Ish to Itali.
That was a good push defensively. Hubbard doing everything he could just to try to get back to the line of scrimmage. Comes up about a yard short. They lose a yard.
Back off schedule now, 3rd down and 6 at the 24. Trips up top. Jeter Purdy, tight end, is singled out on the near side. Pennington drops back to pass. Downfield, over the shoulder, and right through the fingertips of Colby Katzis, who split the double coverage. Ball was pretty much right there on the money, but that diving catch could not be brought in.
2 defenders there. You do not see that very often. Colby Katzis, he usually brings those in, and NAU will try to extend their lead now with a field goal attempt.
42-yard attempt for the Lumberjacks. Sam Hunsecker, true sophomore out of Gilbert, Arizona, ALA Queen Creek High School. The holder is Ben DeQuilla. Logan McGregor, the long snapper. All those executions are good. The kick is also good. Splits the uprights from 42 yards out. And the Lumberjacks extend the lead as we look at Colby Katzis again, going for that. Was that tipped?
Might have been.
That's a great look on the replay, but that might have been tipped.
May have been tipped.
May have been tipped. 2:33 to go in the 3rd quarter, and the Lumberjacks leading 32-20 over Cal Poly. Remember, Cal Poly got a Hail Mary touchdown with no time on the clock to end the first half and get a ton of momentum going into the locker room.
Now, kickoff team for NAU has been an issue here today. I think they'd love to kick this one through the end zone.
Watch again. See if this ball is tipped. Right?
From that angle, it doesn't look.
Doesn't look like it from that angle, but a good play on it. Hunsecker. Kickoff coverage will not be in play because that'll be a touchback. 32-20, the Lumberjacks lead. That was a 4-play, 4-yard drive. Not much of that in terms of the stats there, but that young man, though, splitting the uprights to extend the lead now to 12 points. Let's a look at head coach Brian Wright. P.J. London, former quarterback. He's got that black NAU hat on in the middle of your screen. And having a discussion looking at those iPads with the replay. Designing out the next set of plays for Ty Pennington and company. 1st and 10, right to left. Diefenbach, play action. Swings it out, caught, far flat, little hesitation move, and working his way, Kendrick Sanders for a good gain on 1st down, gain of about 6 yards out to the 36.
Well, approaching 2 minutes left in the 3rd, and see this ball thrown out to the perimeter. With some good blocking, picks up 6 yards.
Nice hesitation by Sanders to get those extra yards at the end of the play. 2nd down and 4 at the 31-yard line, going right to left. Diefenbach in the shotgun, play action. Trouble coming, gets out of it and runs into more trouble.
Jailbreak for the Lumberjack defense there.
Quinlan Popham right there, senior, 5th-year senior. Look at the big club on his arm. He has a broken arm that was surgically repaired several weeks ago.
And he's a captain.
Look at that. Look at that right arm. Man, we get a close shot on that arm thing. It is like this gigantic wrapped up club. There it is. Look at that, Kevin. Holy cow. The 5th-year senior out of Estrella Foothills, California, co-captain in his 5th year. 3rd down and 10 at the 25-yard line. Q popped with the tackle. Here's Diefenbach back to pass. Stepping up in the pocket, he's on the run. Looking to try to get the corner. He might get the corner. And look at Diefenbach go. Long legs at 6'6". He rushes out, gets that 1st down.
A little bit of a bad angle defensively, and the big quarterback gets around the edge and gets enough to move the chains here.
There's Popham with the cast on trying to chase it, but Diefenbach with those long legs turns on the afterburners and gets about a dozen yards on the quarterback rush. It keeps the drive alive for the Mustangs, down by a dozen with under a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Snap to Diefenbach, looking to his right and fires it to his right. Caught and then spinning out of a tackle. Boer First down, Mustangs. Logan Boer.
Well, you get the ball in the hands of a kid that can make a play and a missed tackle later, and you got a first down.
Coming up and just spinning right out of that tackle attempt. 16 seconds to go. I'll get a play off here before the end of the third quarter. 1st and 10 at the 50. Handoff. Sanders runs right. Scrum moves about 4 yards, and that'll take us to the end of the third quarter. On Findlay Toyota Field in Flagstaff, Arizona, we're at the end of 3, and our score, NAU 32, Cal Poly 20. You're watching Big Sky Conference football coverage in Flagstaff, Arizona on ESPN+.
Final regular season game for the Lumberjacks. They'll travel to Weber State to face the Wildcats and make, or at least attempt to make, their final statement here in the Big Sky.
All right, to make that final statement, Adriana, to the FCS Football Playoff Committee. They have to win the game, though, and win with this one as well. Up a 12 to start the fourth. Handoff. Tyree Washington. Ankle tackled, but he's got a first down for the Mustangs. They're driving here, down 32-20 to start quarter number 4 here in Flagstaff.
Yeah, down 12. So it's going to take more than a touchdown and a field goal.
Washington comes out of the game after that run. There's the handoff to Tyree Washington. Transfer out of Temple. Snap. Handoff. Throwback. Diefenbach throws it downfield, and it's caught at the 20-yard line. Little bit of trickeration for Cal Poly. First down.
Well, really nice catch. NAU was not fooled defensively. They had good coverage downfield, but just a really good catch after a little misdirection. The throwback, double pass.
Reese Brooks, tight end with the catch. Michael Hurst on the coverage and the tackle. Washington rushes in now. 10 seconds on the play clock. First down and 10 at the 20. Washington, carry, smothered, loss. Loss of a yard. Lumberjacks defensively led by Braden Kazmarek.
That's a good push there on that left side. Watch him get off some blocks, find the football, bring the ball carrier down.
Also in on that tackle was Bobby Nivens for the Lumberjacks. 2nd down and 11. Mustangs bring trips down low. Actually quads. 4 wides to the near side of the field on 2nd and 11. And rolling to the near side. Diefenbach looking, tossing it. And if it's inbounds, it's an interception. It's being ruled an interception.
That is great.
Jalen Wesley
by Jalen Wesley. Catching that football, I think he got it. Yeah, may have gotten 2. That's a heck of an effort. That ball should have been thrown away.
Wesley, his 3rd interception of the season, the transfer out of Lindenwood.
We'll get another look here.
Toes.
I don't see anything.
Down.
He's got possession.
Fingertips. I think he's got that bad boy.
Ruling on the field is an interception. I don't see anything that would overturn that.
Look at Wesley out of Los Angeles, California. Calabasas High School, started his career at Ventura Community College before going to Lindenwood in the FCS, transferring back out west of Northern Arizona University. It is ruled a clean interception. Darvon Hubbard is in. 1st and 10, Lumberjacks right to left at their own 10-yard line. Tight end in motion. Give Hubbard. Nice cutback move. Comes up the hash and stretches the ball forward to the first down marker at the 20-yard line. But we have a flag down on the play.
For a late flag. This is not going to help the Lumberjacks, I believe.
Holding number 72 of the offense. Half the distance to the goal. Still first down.
Co-captain Ethan Kramer, transfer out of Northern Colorado, and Greeley. Flag for the holding. 10-yard run negated. Bring it back now to the 5-yard line. First down at 15 coming. There's the hold right there. The hand on the front of the jersey on the right side of the screen.
That hand outside of the framework, you're going to get called.
First and 15 NAU is Pennington now in the gun in his own end zone at his own 5-yard line. Hubbard off of the near shoulder, the left shoulder of Pennington. Toss, tap pass. And did he get out of the end zone? Because if he didn't, it's a safety, but he's going to be ruled barely out of the end zone at around the 1-yard line.
Yeah, it was a forward pass, and fortunately, I don't think that ball ever went into the end zone.
There's that tap pass on the end-around sweep.
It was close. He knew where he was at, and it's that forward progress and saves the safety.
Antonio Vacamelo on the tackle. 5th-year senior out of Mountain View, California, St. Francis High School.
Cal Poly was in this spot not long ago, this exact spot.
Well, Lumberjacks have a little bit of a problem here, going pistol formation. Ball inside their own 1-yard line. Heavy set, handoff in the backfield. Hubbard dancing his way on the right side of the line to find some kind of a hole to squirt through for some yards, and he does get a couple.
Yeah, out to almost the 4. He delayed just a little bit. It accelerated at the end. Picked up about 3 yards and gives them a little more room to operate. Still 3rd and 16 deep in their own territory.
This tough Cal Poly team pulling out everything except the kitchen sink defensively and offensively to try to snap that 5-game losing streak, and they are in this game down a dozen. Coming down to the 11-minute mark, fourth quarter. Snap to Pennington, back to pass in his own end zone. Pocket's clean and throws it in coverage, and that's caught. Jeter Purdy
it's not going to be
short
enough
of the first down, but at least it'll give the punting team some space here, and Ben DeQuilla to get the punt off. It is well short of the first down marker.
Coach Wright wanted a hold out there. Not happy.
He's
When Coach Wolf was upset, 3 officials came over and spent about a half an hour with him. little different.
Wheatley back deep, but DeQuilla will be punting from inside his own 5. Boom. End over end. Wheatley. Fair caught at his own 38, 39-yard line. Time for a commercial break here at the 10-16 mark of the fourth quarter in Flagstaff with the score NAU 32, Cal Poly 20. We'll be back to Flagstaff, Arizona after this on ESPN+. I love it. Get me that ESPN app, man.
As much as you can.
That was just silly and weird. Grigsby back at a quarterback. Throws it downfield. Spinning, diving, catching the football. Jordan Garrison on the reception. First down, Mustangs.
This Cal Poly team not going away by any means.
Oh, nice throw on the run. Garrison on the catch. Had 6 catches against the Lumberjacks last season in San Luis Obispo, California. 17 yards on the play. Handoff. Right up the middle and almost busting it loose.
Woo.
Kendrick Sanders, that was close to being a house call.
You've got an NLU Lumberjack down.
Writhing in pain down on the turf. We've got a Lumberjack player down. That looks like that's Fo Ho-Ching.
I think so.
Yeah, Fo Ho-Ching is down. We'll take a timeout here. 9:37 mark in the fourth quarter. 32-20 lead NAU over Cal Poly here on ESPN+. He's the injured Lumberjack.
Co-captain.
Plays actually on both sides of the football. He often comes in as a fullback and a blocking back on offense in short yardage package situations. And Fo Ho-Ching being helped off the field by his teammates. One of 28 seniors on the Lumberjack roster playing their final home game of the regular season. Hopefully Fo is okay once they get a look at him on the sidelines. 2nd down and 5 for the Mustangs. Make it about 4 on the Lumberjack 38. Handoff. Cutting up the hash. Sanders. First down. Mustangs to the 30-yard line. Hard running there out of San Francisco, California. Sacred Heart Cathedral Prep High School. The construction management major.
That is a nice run. They looked like NAU looked like they had stretched it out and able to just pick a spot, go back inside.
Nice cutback. Been impressed with Sanders. He averaged 7.1 yards per carry coming into this game. Play action to Sanders. That's a lateral and a double pass. Downfield, open, and dropped. It would have been a touchdown. Oh, my goodness, Logan Boer.
Well, I'll tell you what,
oh, that poor young man.
Cal Poly's run a couple of trick plays today. NAU has not been fooled until now. Open receiver, and that ball simply dropped.
Misa Paeo, the running back who tossed that pass, and Boer just could not bring it in the end zone. Otherwise, that is a touchdown for Cal Poly. Incomplete pass, second down and 10, down 32-30. Back to pass, Grigsby smokes that one down to the far sideline. Is that caught in bounds? It is.
Back shoulder fade.
Whoa, what a catch.
Nearly impossible to defend. There was a good defense down there. When that ball is thrown like that on time and the receiver turns like that, basically impossible. Can't ask for better defense.
Textbook back shoulder throw. He put a little bit of mustard on that throw as well, man, did Grigsby. First down and goal at the 10-yard line. Grigsby keeps this one, runs it up the hash, inside the 5, tackled it around the 2-yard line. Here come the Mustangs.
Well, they are not going away is understatement at this point as they bring a big package in, 5 players substituting in on offense. NAU responds with their own substitutions along the defensive side of the ball.
Remember, this Cal Poly team opened up Big Sky play back on the 27th of September on the road in Sacramento, California, and beat the Hornets of Sac State. Full house backfield. Grigsby, play action. Touchdown, and that was almost too easy. Fakes the handoff, rolls out naked, and just easy into the end zone for Grigsby. What a beautifully executed play by Cal Poly. There's the little fake handoff, and look at that, nobody there. Look, no NAU defenders until right at the end of the play by the time Grigsby is already 8 yards into the end zone.
We got a football game here with a quarter left in regulation.
Here comes the extra point attempt. Cerna. Kick is up, and it's good. We'll take a timeout. Fourth quarter in Flagstaff. Game on Findlay Toyota Field. Score NAU 32, Cal Poly 27 here on ESPN+. Former NAU Lumberjack offensive lineman, center for the Lumberjacks for 2 seasons, Johnny Boderoff is now offensive quality control assistant for the offensive lineman for Cal Poly. Johnny Boderoff, 2-time second team All Big Sky center for NAU, who graduated last season for the Lumberjacks and is now working at Cal Poly.
Yeah, former team captain here in Flagstaff. Leader of the offensive line the last couple of years.
And we got to do a special shout out to NAU TV's Nick Smallwood. He snuck us in 3 hot dogs into the broadcast booth.
Well, that's kind of weird.
3.
Well, I guess we got Joe.
Well, I mean, obviously, there's 2 for you, 1 for me, or in your case, you'd probably go 3 for you, none for me.
Seems reasonable.
Nice. Thank you, Nick. Kickoff, not going to be returned. NAU's got a fight on their hands here with these Mustangs from San Luis Obispo, California. Beautiful, beautiful city on the Central California coast. And in the fourth quarter at the 7:44 mark,
Joe may want a hot dog.
Joe Tini Gray, he said,
I'm not forgetting about
have
Joe.
a hot dog. It's 32-27, Lumberjacks leading Cal Poly. Remember, the Jacks have to win this game to stay in the hunt for the postseason. And Cal Poly is saying, not so fast. Seth Cromwell in at running back, going right to left, 1st and 10 at the 25. Little delay handoff. Cromwell waits for some blockers, but then the blocking falls apart, and Cromwell's going to be held to no gain.
Well, you're going to add a
flag
hold
down.
to it.
Yep, flag down
Boy,
as well.
and NAU is in the second half offensively flags have been an issue, and holding calls in particular.
Personal foul, face mask.
Except this is not one
Number
of those.
one of the defense. 15-yard
I wasn't going to say anything.
No, you were.
I was, but I thought I'll just let the official do it.
Well, yes, I think that's an interesting call.
Well, look, right there.
Because they both have that.
He did release, but he did have a hold of the face mask.
That's not gonna make the Cal Poly fans very happy.
Not going to make Paul Wolf happy either. He's had several conversations with the officiating crew. 1st and 10 at the 40. 10-yard gain on the penalty. Back to pass, Pennington. Snaps the pass out to the far side of the field. Caught by Jason Raines in Cal Poly territory at the 43-yard line. And the first down for the Lumberjacks.
Well, you see the strength of Ty Pennington there. He actually came down to Raines late. And from the far hash, throws out there accurately. That is a big-time throw.
Jason Raines, another reception for him, has had a very good game for the Lumberjacks. His 5th catch of the game. And a first down. Cromwell still in at running back. Trips down to the near side. Pennington in the shotgun, 1st and 10 at the Cal Poly 43. Fakes a shoulder shake to the left and then throws it left to Purdy. Wide open at the 30. And then Purdy high hurdling over Calvin Moore for a couple of extra yards at the end of the play. Looking like Ronaldo Nehemiah out there with that high hurdle move.
Well, he knew this is the look they want, kind of a pump fake for Ty Pennington, but he wanted to go to Purdy the whole time.
Got some air on that high hurdle. A couple of extra yards at the end of the play. Clock down to the 6-minute and 10-second mark with NAU up 32-27, but on the move. Approaching red zone. Doherty in motion, sets up on the right side of the line. Snap, play action. Pennington looking for Katzis and thrown just a little behind his right hip, and it goes incomplete on the hash at about the 10-yard line.
I'm not sure. This is what let's see if we see it here. Some people call that a hold.
I think the fair question is, are you some or are you one on that? Are you on an island or are you joining the rest of the world?
Never want to criticize.
2nd and 10, Pennington, play action. No, gives it. Cromwell slips through 2 tackles and gets to the 19-yard line. Gain of 4 yards for Seth Cromwell.
Well, any of you would really like to do more than a field goal. If a field goal extends the lead to 8, which makes it still a one-possession football game. Really would like to do more than that. They've already missed a field goal today, so there's no guarantees there.
Cal Poly's defense brings to the table 2 of the top 13 tacklers in the country. Inside linebacker Mickey D'Amato, number 3 in the country, 120 tackles coming into the game in 10 games. And outside linebacker Kenny Olson, 98 tackles, number 13 in the country. Back to pass, Pennington. Throws this one, and I think that might have been tipped and goes incomplete.
Yeah, it was, and credit the offensive line picking up the blitz, plenty of protection, but that ball tipped, and NAU now forced to attempt a field goal to extend the 5-point lead to 8.
Out comes the field goal unit. This will be spotted on the near or the left hash for the right-footed kicker, Sam Hunsecker. 37-yard attempt for Hunsecker. Here's the kick. And that one is good. Hunsecker extends the lead. It's still a one-possession game, though, as my partner Kevin Stevens just mentioned. With 5:02 to go in regulation. Watch again this last play. Yep, that did clank off of somebody. A helmet, a shoulder pad, or something over the middle. And goes incomplete. So the Mustangs still in the hunt to try to snap their 5-game losing streak.
Well,
5:02 to go. Lots of time left. Brian Wright pacing on the sideline, shaking his head.
And again, you
can see it. You can know what he's thinking right there. Again, finishing drives like you said in the first half, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. And now you got to think special teams. Cal Poly has returned one in particular and another that was dangerous and called back because of a penalty.
Hunsaker ready for the kickoff here with 5:02 to go. Toe to the leather. Drives it hard into the north end zone, and it will not be returnable.
That's a good kickoff.
Mustangs coming into the game averaged 240 yards rushing on the ground in their last 2 games against Idaho State and Portland State, respectively.
We're going to see a quarterback for the Mustangs.
I know. Ty Diefenbach is Cal Poly's leading rusher this season, with 317 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns. Heck, last week at Idaho State, Diefenbach rushed for 142 yards and a touchdown. But today in the Skydome, the rush game has not been effective. 74 yards rushing as a team.
It's going to be Grigsby Jr.
Yep, Grigsby is in. Going with 2 running backs flanking him in the backfield in the shotgun. 1st and 10, left to right, 25. Grigsby, deep drop. Stepping up in the pocket, he's on the run. Runs right into the awaiting arms of one Brandon Wong, who takes him down after a short gain.
Well, he didn't slide.
Nope.
He took on the hit. Pretty good collision there. Poly going with a little tempo here.
Down to the 440 mark. They're down 8 points. Touchdown to the 2-point conversion to try to tie it. 2nd down and 5. Cal Poly at their own 30. Snap Grigsby. Give. Paeo runs right. Gets the 1st down. Look at Misa Paeo, who also plays on the defensive side of the football for this Mustang football team. Comes off for a breather. Keeps the sticks moving forward and the drive alive as we roll down to the 4-minute mark. Tyree Washington in at running back. Grigsby takes the snap, play action. Looks to his left, going deep. There's a man open. Puts it right over the shoulder, a big gainer. Fidel Pitts has been burning the Lumberjacks secondary this entire football game, and he burned them there. That is a catch all the way inside the 15-yard line to around the 13 of the Lumberjacks.
Well, on a beautifully thrown football.
Oh, right in stride.
Out in front, plenty of air. And Cal Poly is attacking.
Snap, play action. Grigsby rolls to the far side of the field, throws it across his body into the back corner of the end zone, but it goes incomplete. Looking for Pitts again. Why not? Pitts has had a big game for the Mustangs. That last big play was a 54-yard explosive. Pitts has 4 catches. He's been targeted 5 times, 4 catches for 138 yards and 2 touchdowns. Pitts sets up high to the far side. 2 wides, both sides of the field. 2nd down and 10 at the Lumberjack 13. Grigsby takes the snap, draw play. Not much there, Washington, right between the tackles.
NAU not fooled with the draw at all. And
watch again, this was the 54-yarder. Absolutely right in stride.
I think Paul Fox probably thinking, or excuse me, Coach Paul Wolf. I've got a partner named Paul Fox. I think 2 down territory here, under 3 minutes now. You're not going to get another shot, most likely.
3rd down and 10 at the 13-yard line, down to the 2:45 mark. Here's a snap, Grigsby. Pressure coming from behind, and he runs right into pressure. Flag comes down. He's going to be taken down on the sack. Big defensive play. There you look at Braden Kazmarek.
Now, Coach Wright's going to have a difficult decision here. Does he accept the penalty, which will give them another 3rd down opportunity? His decision is to decline it. I'm a little surprised because they are in 2 down territory.
Offense, that penalty is declined. 4th down.
And Coach Wolf indeed going to bring the offense back out. You see that defense, what a big play on 3rd down.
Ramir Davis forced Grigsby into the arms of Kazmarek, and this is the ball game, really. 4th and 15 at the 18-yard line of NAU. Grigsby back to pass. He's in trouble, throws up a desperate, and it's picked off! The Lumberjacks are going to win this game. Jalen Wesley with the interception. Another one for the Lindenwood transfer. And that one probably seals the deal for the Lumberjacks against this feisty Mustang football team.
A big play on defense. He almost, you kind of wish he had knocked it down rather than intercepted it, but a big play defensively nevertheless. Very hard not to catch it there as a defender.
Cal Poly has all three.
And we've got a live mic.
All
Love
three
when the referee
timeouts.
has a live mic.
Cal Poly still has all 3 of their timeouts plus the 2-minute timeout. Well, the game is certainly not sealed yet.
Cal Poly has 3 timeouts.
Yep, we got that. All 3. We've heard it 3 times.
And I think Kelly Holman's referee mic might be open and hot.
And I'm hoping it stays hot.
Oh, you are just a troublemaker, you are. Oh, yeah. Pistol formation, 1st and 10 at the 8. Handoff, safely. Cromwell slides a little to his left and cuts upfield, and he'll gain about 3-4 yards.
They're going to take their first of 3 timeouts. Cal Poly is. They know they've got the 2-minute timeout, so really they've got 3 left. And you're right, Mitch. This game's not over.
Not quite over yet.
That 2-minute timeout really changes the dynamics of the end of the half and the end of the game.
We're going to keep it right here with 2:15 to go. A 35-27 lead for the Lumberjacks over Cal Poly.
Test.
Watch again. Grigsby under duress, throws it up. Couldn't get a lot of heat on that football. And Jalen Wesley with a huge play. Another interception for Wesley.
Now, a first down here puts a whole lot more pressure on Cal Poly, obviously. Captain Obvious over here.
You haven't risen to the rank of captain yet. You're still a lieutenant. First lieutenant, I might add. 2nd and 5, NAU. Keeper. Pennington fights to the yard to gain. It'll depend on the spot, but it's going to be close.
I think he got it, and they're winding the clock. And they're going to move the chains. That'll take it down to the 2-minute timeout. If I'm Paul Wolf, maybe call a timeout before the 2-minute timeout. But he doesn't do it.
2-minute timeout.
2-minute timeout. We'll take a timeout. 2 minutes to go in the game. 35-27. NAU leading Cal Poly and Flagstaff on ESPN+.
Eastern Washington, the Eagles defeated the Northern Colorado Bears 27-7. Montana State leading Portland State 35-10. And that cat fight, Idaho State up 14-0 against Weber State.
We got 2 games tonight that are big ones in the Big Sky Conference. And they are huge. Idaho at Sacramento State, UC Davis at Montana State. So Ty Pennington's quarterback run gives NAU a first down with 2 minutes to go. Paul Wolf at Cal Poly still has 2 timeouts. With NAU leading 35-27, trying to salt this game away. Here's a snap to Pennington and the handoff to Cromwell. Bouncing right, cuts up on the hash and then wrapped up. And Paul Wolf will take a quick timeout. We will, for the folks that are listening on the radio side of things, I'm going to pause 10 seconds for station identification.
Cal Poly, their second charged.
Pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Northern Arizona Healthcare NAU Radio Network from Learfield. Mitch Stroman along with Kevin Stevens up in the broadcast booth. Adriana Sparks is down on the sidelines. 1:53 to go in the game. It's a 1-possession lead for the Lumberjacks, 35-27. 1:53 to go, and Cal Poly has 1 timeout left. NAU has to win this game to set themselves up with another must-win game a week from today in the Red Rock Rivalry Trophy game in Ogden, Utah against Weber State.
They're at the base of the Wasatch Mountains.
Absolutely, Wasatch Front. Weber State, by the way, right now on the road in Pocatello, losing, as you heard earlier, 14-0 in the second quarter at Idaho State. 2nd down and 5, Lumberjacks at their own 23. A first down will end this game. Keeper, Pennington, follows his blocker, running right. Does not get the first down, but he's close.
Another timeout right here.
Yep.
It's going to bring up 3rd and maybe 1.5 yards, Mitch.
Timeout.
Actually,
Cal
less than
Poly,
that.
their 3rd and
Less than a
final
yard.
timeout. This is a 1-minute timeout. Cal Poly is out of challenges.
Out of challenges?
That's what he said.
And out of timeouts.
1:48 to go. So it's going to come down here to a very interesting scenario. They have to get a yard. NAU does. If they get the first down, game's over.
Now, if they don't,
then it becomes
clock will go down to about a minute.
Yep.
And they will punt the ball away to a Cal Poly team with no timeouts.
But has shown the ability to be explosive for touchdowns. That would make things very awkward, I think, for the Lumberjacks. They can absolutely, again, seal the deal if they can get a yard on this play. As the two teams will gather around on their respective sides of the field and then head out. Let's see what happens on this one. This is a significant play in this football game right here. NAU trying to get themselves in a position to play their way into the FCS playoffs the first weekend after next Saturday, Thanksgiving weekend. That looks like Connor Emery, part of our NAU TV crew. How you doing, Connor? Having the day off? Enjoying the football game?
I didn't get the day off.
Third down and one. Third down and one at the 28. Need a yard here if you're an NAU fan.
Oh, close.
They're not getting it.
That's going to be
That's a
marked
quarterback
short.
keeper for Ty Pennington. He tried to hurdle his way to that first down marker. He's not there.
Yeah, now this, they set the clock. They're going to be able to get it down to 59 seconds. Coach Wright will take a timeout with 59 seconds left. And Cal Poly is going to have an opportunity.
It's fourth down and about a yard.
Now,
I know
does
what
he
you're.
think
I
about
know
it?
what you're thinking. You're gonna lay out a very funky scenario here, aren't you?
Coach Wright.
Are you
He's thinking about it. I know he's thinking about it.
About a fourth down go?
He's thinking about it.
That is that would be
Timeout.
That would be bold.
NAU.
Yeah, that
Their
bold.
second charge timeout.
Bold is
30-second timeout.
a Titanic understatement.
The ball is spotted at the 28-yard line of NAU.
Cal Poly needs a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie the game and potentially send it into overtime. 59 seconds to go.
Mitch, that offense is talking about an offensive football play over there.
If you go for it and not get it on fourth down here, you give Cal Poly
this is unconventional.
A very short field to work with.
Now they could be kind of showing things over there. You don't know, but I sense that offense is coming back out here.
A lot of bodies over there on that far side of the field gathered up.
It's coming off a play where Cal Poly just stuffed them. And the Cal Poly's over here trying to figure it out. They got to go play defense.
The dice are being rolled. Unless you're trying to draw them off sides. Fourth down and a yard for the game. Under center, Pennington. Extra tight ends in. Pennington. Can he get a yard and ice the game? Man in motion. Handoff. No. Mustang defense is up to the task.
Wow. 2 consecutive plays, negative yards. And that was unconventional, and it paid off for the Cal Poly defense.
Handoff Cromwell, and there was just no chance. Look at D'Amato, the leading tackler in the Big Sky Conference, pulling down Seth Cromwell, and the Mustangs have 54 seconds. And the ball spotted at the Lumberjack 27-yard line.
And time much less of an issue because of the field position.
Field goal obviously not in play here. They need a touchdown and a successful 2-point conversion.
To tie.
And now NAU is trying to hang on for the win by their fingernails. Grigsby is in. Remember, he threw a Hail Mary touchdown at the end of the first half. Play action, rolls left, gets hit as he throws it. There's a man open, and he almost caught it for the touchdown, but it goes incomplete.
That ball
Garrison.
just thrown a tiny bit out in front of Garrison, or that we'd be having a 2-point conversion here to tie. Makes every effort. That's a great effort to catch that football.
That was a really good throw. He was hit, Grigsby, as he threw the football and still got enough pace on that ball to get it to Garrison. This clock is stopped at 47 seconds to go. 35-27, the NAU lead, but Cal Poly, 2nd and 10 at the 27. Grigsby, we got a flag down, stopping the play right after the snap. By the way, I do see Fo Ho Ching back on the field. He exited the game earlier.
That's a great sign.
So he is okay. But there is a penalty down here, and it's going
start
against the Mustangs.
False start, number 54, the offense. 5-yard penalty, it's still 2nd down. Please reset the game clock.
Hayden Jones, false start. There he is, number 54. Out of Stockton, California.
Game clock is correct. Thank you.
47 seconds on the game clock. 2nd down at 15, Mustangs going from left to right at the Lumberjack 32. Trips up high. Boer singled down low. Grigsby has a blocker, runs the football, stays.
That clock is going to go.
Cuts back into the field, and that's going to keep the clock moving. He's tackled it around the 23-yard line.
They're stopping the clock because of a helmet that came off. That works in the advantage of Cal Poly. They got to wind the clock here. They got to wind the clock. They're giving him a timeout. They're giving him a free timeout.
Clock is stopped at 36 seconds.
And Coach Wright's asking what? They have stopped the game at a critical moment. Cal Poly doesn't have a timeout. Lets them reset.
Number 54, the offense.
He's already on the sideline.
That carries a 10-second runoff. Please reset the game clock to 26 seconds. And it will start on my ready for play and whistle.
26 seconds now. They rolled off the 10 seconds.
Still works out really well for Cal Poly.
It did help them a little bit. Probably got a couple extra seconds out of the deal, but now they start the clock. Snap Grigsby. 20 seconds to go. He's got a clean pocket. Heaves this one into the end zone, and it is way beyond the back line, incomplete. Coverage out there, Mikey Beresford.
Well, it's going to come down to this play, 4th down.
With 17 seconds to go on the clock.
You don't need a touchdown if you're Cal Poly. I mean, on this play, you need a 1st down.
Right.
At a minimum.
But then you got to clock the ball in a hurry.
Clock stops with the 1st down. You got to clock quickly, yes.
There's a look at Grigsby. Redshirted last year with the Nevada Wolfpack. 4th down. Back to pass. Grigsby pats it, throws it over the middle. Busted up, incomplete. Quinton Moten saves the day for the Lumberjacks and seals the win for NAU Senior Day against Cal Poly.
Wow, Moten gets that hand in there, knocks the ball down, and this NAU defense that has been tested at times, to say the least,
is going to hang on.
It was put in a bind and came up big here late in this football game.
Watch Moten come around in front of Boer and knock down that pass. If Boer had caught that ball, that might have been, I think, the 1st down that they needed. But a big defensive play, and now the Lumberjacks could go into the victory formation and hang on for an 8-point win over the Mustangs of Cal Poly to send their 28 seniors out with a win on Findlay Toyota Field. The Lumberjacks hang on to beat the Mustangs 35-27 here in Flagstaff, Arizona. What a finish. The teams shaking hands. A hard-fought football game for Cal Poly. They gave NAU everything that they could handle, but come up a score short, a possession short. for their 6th straight loss. But for NAU, they keep their FCS playoff hopes alive. And they will head now to Ogden, Utah, a week from today to take on the Weber State Wildcats in the Red Rock Rivalry Trophy game. And then see what happens on Selection Sunday. But they've got to win that game first. There's a look at Colby Katzis. What a game he had. 6 catches for 148 yards and 3 touchdowns. Targeted 9 times in the game. And Katzis, the transfer out of Pittsburgh State, in his 2nd season as a Lumberjack. A big game for Colby Katzis, a big game for this Lumberjack football team. And Cal Poly, I cannot say enough about how hard that football team played for head coach Paul Wolf in this game in Flagstaff.
Yeah, agreed. I was going to say that. They had no quit. And coming in, 5 consecutive losses, and they put themselves in a situation to be in this game very late. Got to give credit to the Mustangs.
The NAU fight song being played in front of the student section. And the Lumberjacks gathering to sing that fight song as NAU sends out 28 seniors in this class, one of the largest senior classes that head coach Brian Wright says he's ever been a part of as a head coach or an assistant coach. And he is standing by with Adriana Sparks down on the sidelines to talk about this win over the Mustangs. Adriana?
Yeah, thanks, Mitch. Coach, it was a bold move to go for it on 4th and 1, but also very in character for you. What does it say about your defense to be able to put this game away at such a pivotal time?
Yeah, really proud of how they stepped up. Obviously, we put them in a bad position there, but they did a good job. I thought that defensively, other than a couple big plays throughout the game, was really stout.
And you honored 28 different seniors tonight. What's your message to them?
Just that we love them, trust the process, and go do great things, once you're all done from here, because they're really special people, great leaders, and we need more of them in the world.
Well done today, Coach. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Adriana, great job down on the sidelines. All right, we are going to perhaps get an NAU football player, but we're going to hang on here on ESPN Plus for a little bit. Partner, our 21st year in the booth together. This will be our final home game that we call here on ESPN Plus this season, and it was a really good football game between these two rivals in the Big Sky Conference.
A lot of back and forth and a lot of critical plays. I can't say, it's a good football game. You were entertained, I hope.
Yeah, that was a fun one. Let's check in with Adriana, who's got a Lumberjack football player. Not sure who it is, but who you got down there, Adriana?
None other than Colby Katzis. Colby, an incredible game for you tonight. I can tell you're a little emotional. What's going through your head?
It's just last game here at the Dome, and I love everybody here, all the fans that come out and watch us, the coaches that put their time to work in, and the players that do everything they can to defend this place. And I can't be more thankful and blessed to be at a place like NAU.
Yeah, you were honored with 28 different seniors tonight. What's your message to them and also the squad that you're leaving behind?
Them 28 seniors, the day in and day out, they fight. They fight, they show up, don't complain, they get their work in, they get out, and I love every single one of them. They're my brothers, and then the whole entire team is the same way. Like everybody, just family, and I go to war for them.
Thank you so much, Colby. Well done today.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Colby Katz is standing by live there. Thank you so much, Colby. 3 touchdown catches. He has 9 touchdown receptions this season. And in just short of 2 seasons as a Lumberjack, he has etched himself into the record books as an all-purpose performer. He leads the Big Sky Conference in all-person yards, and boy, he has had a big year and a big game to lead this Lumberjacks to a victory on Senior Day. Let's take a look at the final stats brought to you by Toyota. Toyota, let's go places. Lumberjacks put up quite a bit of offense in this game, Kevin, especially through the air. A total of 495 yards of offense.
NAU 0-9 on 3rd down.
But that is the thing that it's just,
wow.
It's hard to imagine. Look at that 3rd down stat and tell me that NAU won that football game. They won it because of the passing yards. I mean, they just put the ball through the air with authority.
And some turnovers at critical times. They came up big with a couple of stops that got the ball back in the Lumberjacks' hands.
Well, we're going to wrap it up from here from Findlay Toyota Field inside of the Walkup Skydome. Lumberjacks send out their 28 seniors with a big win. It's been great having you on board on ESPN Plus this season, fans. Thank you so much for that. For NAU, they will be taking on Weber State to close out the regular season. Cal Poly will be taking on the Eagles of Eastern Washington University. For that guy on my left shoulder, Kevin Stevens, for Adriana Sparks, down on the sidelines, and all of us at NAU TV, we say good evening from the Walkup Skydome in Flagstaff, Arizona, where the Lumberjacks beat the Mustangs of Cal Poly 35-27. All games are archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN. Good night, everyone.